There it is. Hey, hey, hey. Number 8, you guys. You hear my dog growling in the background. She's settled in just a few minutes. She's been barking all night. That's who my little girl is. My littlest dog. She's not little. Okay. I can check. Oh, hush. Hush. She's the youngest, I should say. Can you guys hear me okay? Because I've kind of got my earphones on kind of differently. Just to make sure y'all can hear me okay. Little girl, she has something down there. I'm sorry. Hey, Aaron. Hey, Katie. Joe. Good to see you guys. Anybody else that's afraid the bushes? That's what this live is about tonight. That's what it's about. Just a small community here. And I feel like there's more people that would like to join panels, but it's scary. And so I thought, well, this is what I think, you guys. I think while we're a small community is the perfect time to practice going on panels. Somebody's gonna have it. You get all the mistakes out of them. I got to stop watching Teen Rose and grilled cheese and all pizza. So look at this. Yeah. Mm. Yeah, I did watch hers too, and then after I watched her the one where she was in the car, and I ended up making a bagel because I don't have the grilled cheese stuff, and now I really don't see that bread. So I toasted a bagel, and we should just call it a ham bagel, and just put cream cheese and ham. But yeah, the food looks good, right? I know a sandwich could be so appealing. I love sandwiches. Bread is my weakness. all different types of bread. I love all different types of bread. So this is Monday. Was it a mundane Monday? Was it terrible? It sounds like I'm in a tunnel under the water. Okay, let me try this. Is that better? Is that better? Is that better? Does that work? I like how people say, "Can you guys hear me?" And then we all stop talking like, "Can you hear me?" And then it gets real silent and you're like, "Well, speak so we can hear you." So that is better. Okay, good. I had the microphone thing pointed up because I didn't realize that my pronunciation of words is so out there. Like I didn't realize that my S's were so pronounced and that there it is, my T, um, that I pronunciate so much. And until I happened to hear part of my live when I went back over Warrior Nun's um, story that she came up and talked to me about. And I was like, oh my God, that sounds terrible. So I thought I would do something different with the microphone, but I don't want to sound like I'm underwater. So if my pronunciations drive you crazy, then I'm sorry. It's the voice she gave me, my mama. Mama's fault. 12 people. Y'all, please hit that like. I'm learning about the algorithm. I'm going to tell you what my end game is. I asked Tina that last night when we were talking, and I think we kind of jumped around a lot, so she didn't get to answer it. But my end game for YouTube, for me, is a thousand subs. Once I get to 1,000, like I don't even care anymore. I don't know why 1,000 is the magical number, um, but it just is. It won't be too big of a. I mean, to me, that's huge. To me, in my little mind, that's huge. So you'll never see these things scrolling underneath my screen or anything like that if I ever got to 1,000 subs. But right now, we're just trying to freaking get into two. I think I'm in the 260s right now. I really would like to. I do it in increments of 10. That way, I don't feel like a failure. So my next goal is 270, and I think I'm at 260 something. So whatever that is, then um, yeah. So the goal is 270 right now, and then when I hit that, I'll pat myself on the back, keep going. Accent, text to voice is not so kind. Oh man, so I just didn't realize it. When people say I only had 100 or 200 in my chat last night, I say to myself, what are they talking about? 200 people in a room is listening to you talk. That's a lot. It is a lot of people. It is. That's why my magical number is 8. Like the minute I have 8 people, and even if they're not chatting, like I'll just start. I feel like I've accomplished something. But yeah, 100 and 100 and 200 people. I mean, people want as many as they can get, but I wonder what the end goal for people are, especially people who are not monetizing. If you're not going to monetize, um, I don't understand. I don't know. I guess I just don't understand the game. I don't understand it. I do plan and want to be monetized one day, but you've got to have 500 subscribers to monetize. And the only reason I want to monetize is because of my back, and I can't go back to work right now. So if it works out, it works out. If it doesn't, it doesn't. You're fine, Katie. Completely fine.
So was it a terrible day? Y'all didn't y'all didn't say anything. Does that mean it was terrible? It's Monday. There's not that many people. I looked to see who was live before I ever came live, and Mondays are hit or misses, but usually they're slower because a lot of people go live on the weekends. So Mondays are usually slower. People getting back into the work week, and that's why I wanted to do a live like this. That way, if somebody wanted to come up on panel that's never been on panel and just wants to practice and see how really easy it is, it feels like you're just talking on the phone. I mean, if you shut when I first started going up on panels, um, I wouldn't watch the chat on purpose just because it made me nervous. Um, so if you could just shut the chat down and not watch it, because what you're looking for is, you know, um, somebody to validate you or, you know, feel appreciated by what you have to say, or then you're also looking for the negative comments. So you can use those against yourself. Hi, my girl Waffles. How are you? It's good to see you. Well, on my channel, I'm going to do a lot of different things like DIYs and cooking. Please come cook for me. I freaking hate to cook and things like that. A lot of shorts. I've already started with that and waiting for a computer. Yeah, can't wait, Katie. I've already subbed. I already subbed. Sure did. Sure did. I'll be over there hanging out. Waffles, how are you? I hope you had a good day. I am well. Thank you so much for asking. Katie, do you like to cook? I don't mind helping cook Thanksgiving dinner or Christmas dinner and stuff like that. But I'm talking about the rat race of the everyday cooking when there's only me and my husband that live in this house. I just and now he's on this. I think he's going through a midlife crisis because now he's on this kick of losing weight. Don't make him any starches. Blah blah blah. And it's hard. It's really hard. It just stresses me out. I don't like it because I'm good eating a sandwich every day. I'll eat a bologna sandwich every day, and you'll never hear me complain. That's how much I hate to cook. I hate it. I absolutely hate it. And I'm not motivated by food. A lot of people are motivated by food, and I'm not. I get hungry once a day, and I'll eat a sandwich, and that's all I need for the whole day. It's terrible. It's not a good way to live. Who else is here? Who else is sitting up in the bushes? Come on down. There's only a few of us here. Nobody will know. Nobody's gonna know. Mostly, oh gosh, I hate to bake too. Do you make your own bread? I love bread. I don't even make birthday cakes. I go buy them. I don't even do that. I can cook. I don't like to cook anymore. But maybe that falls back on, my first marriage. I had to have dinner on the table 5:30 every day, you know. Meat, starch, vegetable. It all had to be there. Sourdough bread. She's she makes sourdough bread and sells it. Can you ship that stuff? I love sourdough bread. Is it hard? Some people say it's hard. And then I watched who was it? Gosh, I can't even think of their names right now. Kirsten in New York. I don't know if you guys subscribe to them. Their channel's called Two Germans Living in the UK, and they make all different kinds of stuff, like different kinds of sweets and different breads, and they try different recipes, and I love them. Oh my gosh, I love them so much. I want to be their friend. They don't even know I exist. It's really sad. 10 people now. Hit the like button. Yeah, please do that. Dollar. How are you, Dollar? I hope you're good. Thank you for coming. Katie makes the best bread in the game. I believe it. Sorry to ask. I don't want to cause any drama. Haven't seen Tina online. Been waiting to watch her channel. You spoke to her. Is Tina okay? Yeah, Tina was on my panel last night, Waffles. She was up here. Gosh, you guys, I don't know if anybody that's here right now was there last night, but yeah, Tina was there for at least 2 hours last night on my panel. She is going live tonight, Waffles. The whole reason why I did like a long live last night and a really long live the night before was because Tina didn't go live and some people asked me to stay live. So I did. It just kind of filled in the blank. And it was good. It was fun. But yeah, she came up and she talked for she's tired, she's done a lot of paneling lately and she's tired. So yeah, she was up here for about 2 hours. It was really, really good. So she is going live tonight. And so yeah, hopefully you can catch her. Gonna head over there too for her live. Myself. 3 years old. Is that what makes it sour? The longer you leave it setting? Dollar, you sweetheart. I hope you're well. I named it after my grandfather. Everyone names their starter dough. They do? I guess I have to research. I guess I have to. Brittany, I'm glad you made it home. I hope your day was good, Brittany. I hope you had a good day. Or was it a Monday? I used to hate Mondays so bad when I worked. I hated it so bad, but I miss working. Merland, that's the name of your starter dough. You're welcome, Waffles. You're welcome. I got some stuff done today. You guys, my live last night, I actually showed my living room where my little girl dog, she tore up a pillow and I let her do it. And I mean, the stuffing was freaking everywhere. So I had to show everybody that last night. It took me a while to get, once you get that batting stuffing everywhere, it's really like I had to sweep, then move the couch, then sweep again, then vacuum, then push the couch back. It was a whole ordeal. I kind of regretted it after I was having to clean it. But she had fun. I didn't need the pillow. I wasn't paying attention to her, so I wasn't mad. Pillows can be replaced. It was just a little throw pillow that was on the on her couch anyways. And I always tell everybody that comes to visit, if you come here and you leave anything in this living room, this is mine and the dog's living room. It it's going to belong to the dogs. So I would put it up. Hi, Melly Joe. Good to see you. I hope you had a good day today. It's it sounds like very serious business. Way too much for me. Way, way, way too much for me. Kirsten in New York once made, was it Kirsten in New York? I was watching somebody and they said, this is the easiest sourdough recipe I've ever made. I thought it was just a day thing. Juju. Welcome. Good to see you. Thanks for coming in. It was a Monday. It started up last night watching Sting, the wrestler, retire. Aw, I'm sorry, Brittany. I mean, yeah, you stayed up late. I got what you were saying. Well, hopefully you get some rest, Brittany. Katie, oh good, I will mark it down. Yeah, I'm gonna. Um, I don't want to say too much right now, but Friday night show is going to be a really intriguing show. Bring your tissues, get comfy, put your comfy robes on, your comfy slippers on. Get your, I like me, I double fist. I've got a cup of coffee and then I've got my Diet Coke. So whatever it is that makes you comfy and happy, bring that on Friday. 'Cause, Um, we've got someone new coming up on Friday. It's going to be on my um, community tab tomorrow. What we're doing on Friday, but it is going to be a night you will not want to miss. I can guarantee you that. Blinding me with science. Hey Juju, I got to send you info on a missing girl, Cam- Campbellville, so you can get on it on the Kentucky. Campbellville is that by Fort Campbell, like right there on the border of Tennessee and Kentucky? That's where my dad lives. What's up? Yeah, Juju Bones gonna be good. It's bring your tissues. Bring your tissues. Just get comfy. It's just gonna be a night that we're all just gonna just be here for it. At Leany. It's Tuesday afternoon here. I have to get up for work Monday at 4:15. Oh, oh no, no. I haven't even gone to bed at 4:15. Wow. I'm sorry, Waffles. Or I posted to my Facebook page if you want to grab it from there. Nice. Yeah. Yeah, when if anything I post from my community page or whatever, um oh, you guys are talking about okay, I thought we okay, never mind. Y'all, never mind. Never mind. I want to look for it too. No, it's an hour south of Louisville, Kentucky. Oh, okay. Okay. See, I jumped in when it wasn't my business. I'm sorry. That's what I do. That's how I get the best stories, jumping in where it's not my business. I bet you did, Waffles. Good night. Were you able to come home and just grab like a power nap? Because sometimes 20 or 30-minute naps, I mean, they're amazing if your brain can fall asleep. Sometimes for some people who have worked all day, their brain can't fall asleep right away. And some people just, I mean, the way that I was if I came home from work and just was exhausted, I could lay down and take a 20-minute nap and like got my second wind. But some people can't do that. They need to decompress a different way. Hey, Brittany, I love little shorts lately. They are very cute. Brittany, I'll have to look them up. I have to look them up. Brittany, are yours the ones with the cat? With your cat? Nene, I used to work for FedEx in Uniontown, Ohio. Do you live there? No, I live in Indiana. I love Ohio, though. I love, the Amish in Ohio, but, no, I live in Indiana. My son used to work for FedEx in Indiana. Are you still in Ohio, Dollar? We're not that far apart. Give me just a second, guys. Carry on, carry on. I gotta get my medicine. Hold on. Okay, I'm back. No, unfortunately, but I was counting the Z's in bed at 8 p.m. Ah, nice. I have one with my cats. Okay, I think I saw that one. I think that's the one that I saw. Live again, Richie. Actually, Richie, I had this one scheduled. I've had this one scheduled for a week. Yeah. My goal is just to get some people on panel that have never been on panel before. Not that many people here. So we could practice together. Let's practice. Let's practice. Oh, I thought you lived in Ohio and maybe heading back to Michigan. There's a lot of work there. Wow. Okay. My son almost went to school in Michigan, and then he got a scholarship for a school in Indiana, so he stayed. He's up in Canada right now, you guys, on spring break, having a great time. Not many kids go like to Canada, but for spring break they usually go down south. But my boy loves the cold weather. My toddler fell asleep laughing watching my cat videos nightly. How sweet is that, Juju? Aw. Tiger Waffles, are you from Oz, New Zealand? Hey, Tattoo, how are you? Hope you're well. Hope you're well. It's good to see you. All right, guys, I am fixing to. Katie, well, I don't like the cold, but my whole extended family does. You don't like the cold? I don't mind the cold, you guys. I don't like wind. When it's freezing and the wind is blowing is just terrible. Terrible. I can't deal with it. I agree at times. I tend to tell people in live chat to join the live panels. It's always good to see new people on there. Yeah, it really is. And when you're such a small community as in this, um, it's good practice. I mean, I figure after you do it once, Richie, I mean, you may agree with me. If you do it once, and even it doesn't even take a full time of doing it, look how fast Teacup caught on. I mean, she was like a natural, right? I was so glad she jumped up here. Oh, I didn't know that's good if you have extended family there. That's great. I thought you were just going to go and not know anybody. Rebel, I cried last night. Watched Sting retired. I'm going to miss watching him. He watched him all their life. Yeah. Feeling better, feeling some better. Good to hear that. I saw the paint you did, the painting you did for Rose. It was gorgeous. It's amazing. You have to do a live video on that, Rebel. I'd be interested in seeing how you do it with spray paint. That's amazing to me. I hope Angel's okay too, Rebel. I thought about her. I really hope she's okay. I have family in Detroit, Michigan. Michigan. Hi, Donna. How are you? Did you have a good Monday? Was it a Monday Monday? I used to party in Detroit. It's wild. You've done lives on your painting, Rebel. How come I haven't seen them? Do I need to scroll through your channel to find your painting live? Wait a second. I know which one you're talking about. Not on this channel, on another channel. Okay, never mind. I know what you're talking about now. I need to go over there and check it out. Hey, Wild Angel, how are you? Did you get enough rest, girl? I meant staying backstage, Brittany, and many more. My ex-father-in-law was the security. Wow. Just another manic month, right, Richie? Richie, I'm gonna drop the link. Come up here and chit chat with me. Anybody else who wants to take the link, come on. It's painless, I promise. It's so painless. It's so easy, and nobody's gonna know. Nobody's gonna know. We won't tell. Okay, Donna. I'll grab my phone. Go ahead and message me, and I'll check it out. I'm sorry. Sorry you're having a bad day, honey. I love you. I have a case of the Mondays. That is cute. Bad company, Phil Collins kiss. Nice. All right, who's taking the link? Somebody's going to take that link. Nobody's going to know. Not going to tell anybody. So easy to do. We can try waffles. We can try to understand your accent. Oh, goodness, that scared me. Hush. Hold on. See, those dogs are just being weird. I don't know what's going on. You're fine, Katie. Maybe next time. I am shy at the moment. Oh, sorry. I can help you out of that though, Waffles. I'm telling you, within 2 minutes of being up here, it was just like, this is easy peasy. It's so easy. Just turn off the chat and just act like we're on the phone. I will when I'm not so tired. Yeah, I get that too. Um, I honestly, you guys, did not realize that this was a work day. I really didn't. I think because they went live so much this weekend, and then, you know, Amanda, How are you, Amanda? Good to see you. Thanks for coming in, Amanda. That link is one of the lively. All right, I will take a look at it. I'm interested to see that. At Leamy, thank you. I will another day, I promise. Gosh, you're welcome. You're welcome. We'll make everybody pros and then everybody could start their channel and then we'll just spend every day going from channel to channel to channel. I feel like I do that now though, y'all. I'm good, Leanie. How are you? I'm fine, thank you. I'm good. Good. Kind of a quiet night around here, except for the dogs. Um, yeah. One of them's really, really antsy and she's been antsy all day. Hold on just a second. Richie, where did Richie go? He knows I put that link in there for him. Sounds like a plan for sure. Hold on just a minute. Let me down this medicine. Legit medicine. Okay. I tried to take little girl out for a walk today. Made it to the end of the driveway and my back said, no, no, we're not doing that. So I leaned against the car and let her run around for a little while. I might have gotten for I probably would have gotten further had I not cleaned and moved the furniture in the living room. I teach girls at the shelter how to bake weenie a few days a week. Wow, that's really nice. I want someone to bake for me. I don't want to bake. I don't want to cook. I want my house, I buy candles that smell like I'm baking because I want people to think I can bake. And it's really my favorite smell. But I've never been a baker. I think I made in Germany twice. In Germany twice, I made a coffee cake. I don't know why I didn't keep making it. Maybe I just didn't. I mean, my family liked it. I just didn't like to bake. And truthfully, when my kids were younger and birthdays would come up, I would feel guilty. I'd feel like a bad mom because I wasn't baking their cakes. I just couldn't do it. I mean, we can have a cake or we can have a cake that tastes good. I mean, you can't have both. Really, you can have both. It's been a Monday, huh? Monday, and Katie, one day I'm going to make it up to New Hampshire and Vermont and all them places. Maybe we'll meet for coffee because you're my sister from another mister. Look at here, you guys. Let's give a round of applause for my friend, Rebel.
What's up, guys?
How
How
are you,
you?
love bug?
I'm feeling a little better. Not much, but a little.
What you got going on?
I didn't want you sitting up here all by yourself, so I figured I'd jump up and say hello.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that so much because the plan was that, we'd start working with some of the people that sit back in the bushes and get them up on panel, find out their stories, like what's going on in their lives. You know, it's hard to go on panel the first time, though.
It is.
Yeah, you're really vulnerable. How's Angel doing?
As well can be expected, I guess.
Yeah. I'm so sorry. That's a tough time. It's a tough time.
Yeah, she's never had nobody close to her pass away like that. I mean, my mom did, and she took care of my mom, but uh, it was my family, and she wasn't around
Hmm.
her whole life. So
Hmm. Yeah, that's tough. Was she able to go to the funeral?
not the one in Talking Rock. They're doing the one in Talking Rock tonight, and then they're going to send her up. They were going to do it tomorrow night up here in Honaker, but they're doing it Wednesday night. She's still going, but
Okay. Okay. You got a lot going on there, Rebel.
no, it's just the guy messaged me about uh, a painting.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
So
I'll have to check that out.
let me uh, let me show you.
Okay.
Y'all don't laugh now, because I ain't took a shower, shaved, or nothing today.
Wow, look at that. Hold on, I'm gonna make you bigger just a second here. So we
Now
can
this is all
see it.
spray paint, guys.
Look at that. How do you do that with spray paint?
I
That
done
is
this.
amazing. That's beautiful.
Now what? Now if you're looking at it, what kind of theme does it have?
What kind of theme?
Yeah,
Well, it's got red, white, and blue.
so it's an American thing.
Hmm.
It's for all the veterans and stuff.
Oh man.
Now Becca went and picked up some paint today, and this, I don't know if y'all can see it on the screen. And Tyler put them together before they actually dried.
That is gorgeous.
But now, if you
Pull it
can't see
back
it.
just a little bit so I could see the color. I could see the colors in it. And it's the moon and the stars. That is beautiful.
Uh,
Wow, I love the blue sky around it. Gorgeous.
that's like a rainbow thing.
Mhm.
And this is the one I made for me and Becca. I made the background flames
Oh, wow.
and put a little design down in this corner over here.
Oh, wow, that is gorgeous. What made you think to do stuff like that?
I watched it online one day and I said, hell, I'm going to try it. Just give it a try.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Beautiful. Beautiful. You're really talented.
Out of the whole time I've been doing this, because I quit during the winter because it was too cold. Uh, I've been doing this about 4 months.
That's all?
Yeah.
Wow. That is seriously beautiful.
The marble, I love the marble on this.
Mhm. Is that hard?
No,
Oh,
I,
really?
I thought it would be, but
Mhm.
I don't know. Well, you'll see when I do a live. I might do a live Friday. Now, this is the one that Becca fell in love with, and Tyler put another one on top of it before it got dry. So don't pay no attention to it.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I can make another one. Look at the planet.
Wow. Wow, that is gorgeous. Do you do the background first and then do the planets and stuff?
No, I do the planets first and put a cover over it, and then
Uh-huh.
do the planets. I mean, do the background light. Unless,
That is complete.
unless,
That's complete opposite.
unless I'm doing a piece on glass,
Why, what's the difference? Why do you have to do it different on glass?
because I do this. I do well. No, I don't guess it is. I do the planet first or the picture, whatever you
Mhm.
want. I do it first and then cover it up and then spray paint the planet. and it's covered. But
Huh.
can you see the colors in it? Because it's got the
It's got blues and purples in it
yeah,
and black.
yeah,
Is it black in it?
black. I don't know if you can see down here at the rainbow. See right up here. That's where Tyler messed it up.
Oh,
Right.
how it's how the rainbow coming off of the planet.
Yeah.
Yeah, gorgeous. You do great work and you sell them, right?
Yes.
If y'all see a piece you like, you guys hit up Rebel, or if you could think of something maybe he can do for you guys, hit him up. Hit him up. Let's support each other. Now, how do I get this back to you and me, babe? There we go.
That's
There we
right.
go. There we go.
Thank you,
Um,
Donna and Katie and Waffle.
yeah, for sure. Katie, good night. Have a good night, and you'll see something on my community page tomorrow. And I'm looking forward to it.
On your
Yeah, it
community
is
page?
beautiful. Do what? I'm sorry.
Did you say on your community page?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I,
What time are you going? What time do you normally go live on Fridays?
6:30.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I'm trying to find my place. It's so freaking hard, because there's between you and Becca and Team Rose and Tina. I try to stay. I understand that there's just gonna be times we're gonna overlap. That's just the way that it's gonna be. But for the most part, right now, I try to be very respectful of that stuff.
Yeah, it's 6:30. Mine's about 6:30 to 8, and then Becca's comes in. Becca does hers at 10:30 sometime.
Okay. You're welcome, Katie. Looking forward to it, honey. Looking forward to it. You got to help me get the word out. There is one thing I want to cover, and I got to find the right person to do it, Rebel. The love that got away, the one that got away. And
Mm.
I really would appreciate a man's take on it. I really would.
See, mine didn't get
I want
away.
to I want to I know. I know.
I can't.
But there's got to be a man out there that we know that there was a woman who got away.
Yeah, I agree with you. It's got to be.
Wouldn't that be an interesting story to listen to? I
Yes,
don't
it
know if
would.
you ever watch him, but Lamont at Large. Have you ever seen him, or
Mm.
the Black Bigelow? He
I,
had a one
I
that got
love
away.
it. I love watching his shows.
Yeah, he had a one that got away, you guys. He had a one that got away. He talks about her sometimes,
He
about the one that got away.
he's got Lamont at Large,
Yeah, he's got Lamont at Large. He's got Lamont
Lamont on the run.
on the Run, and then the Black Bigelow. Yeah, he's so good. I want to hug him. Like,
He's
I
also
want to be Lamont's friend.
he's also got Fascinating Graveyards.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
seen that?
yeah.
Yeah, he's good.
He's so good at what he does.
Yeah.
I want him. So, if anybody's got any connections to Lamont out there, you guys, tell him his biggest fans right here in Indiana. And I want to be his friend. And I'll take him to some cemeteries. I'll take him on my dime. It'll cost him nothing. It'll cost him nothing to go to the cemetery. Ah,
Have you got anything over in your neck of the woods in the cemetery that is an interesting
oh
story?
yeah. Oh yeah.
I would
Rebel.
I would message
I
you. Is
did
what
I my first YouTube one-on-one thing, epic fail was about a cemetery. I had gone to the cemetery because, we have a president from here. A lot of people forgotten, President buried right there in Indianapolis. And I'm big on that. I'm big on presidential places that they're buried, like their libraries, the places that they accepted the presidency. Well, we've got a president right here, and people just forget about it. So I thought, well, I'm gonna go up there. I'm gonna take some video of it and put it on my as a short. Rebel, I didn't have I had the camera turned on, not the video. Here's what's worse about it. I don't live I don't live in Indy. So I actually had to make that drive to go get it, and I didn't check it until I got home to upload it, and it was 2 freaking pictures.
Oh my goodness.
Epic fail, YouTube 101, and I told my husband, and he just laughed at me, thought it was the funniest thing. But yeah, so we have that. James Wickham Riley is buried there. It's the oldest cemetery in Indy. Yeah, it's beautiful. It's gorgeous. It's called uh, Crown Hill. Crown Hill Cemetery. It's the oldest cemetery here. Um, yeah, it's got a lot of good things in it. And then we have, like, I used to live in Noblesville. I'll say it because I used to live there and I don't live there anymore. But the old sheriff's house is still on in the Noblesville is a square. The downtown is a square, and on the square is the old sheriff's town, and they still have their book out there. The sheriff's house actually was the jail too. He actually lived there with his wife and his daughter back in the day, and and up on top of the house on the third floor was the jail cells for the women, and in the basement was jail cells for the men. And they've got, the books there where they would write out what prisoners are in it and stuff like that. And Billy the Kid was there. He's written in there, and it has their signatures too. Um, who else was it? Mm, anyways, it's hugely historical. They had right there in Noblesville, there's 2 courthouses there, but the old courthouse that sits in the center um, was that's where the head of the KKK was tried. Right there in that, I mean, it's a lot of history running through there. So, trying to think. Oh, John Dillinger. John Dillinger was there. John Dillinger is actually buried over there. I think John Dillinger's buried in Crown Hill and in Noblesville and in surrounding areas. There's a lot of the Dillinger family that's buried through here. So, and then of course, not really far from there, you've got James Dean that's buried and the town he grew up in because when he got killed, they brought him back. And so he's buried up there. That's an interesting grave. And then, of course, you know, there's
Wow.
the case of, the Delphi girls that's going on right now that'll probably never, ever, ever get any kind of justice out of because they've screwed that case up so bad. Um, that's what's going on big here, you know. So, yeah, there's a lot of history here, a lot of history, and people forget about it. The house that Benjamin Harrison, that's the president that's buried here. His house that he lived in and he accepted the presidency as a museum. And I don't know if people just don't care to go or they just don't realize there's a president buried here. People everywhere I go, I do a lot of road trips. And everywhere I go, I'm always looking for presidential burial sites or something that has to do with the American, any kind of American history or
Right.
anything like that. Any place I go, and if it's off the beaten if it's off the beaten path by 30 miles, I'll still go and see it, just because I love it. Before my son was 8 or 9 years old, I realized that I had taken him to every presidential burial site of every president that had been assassinated. And it wasn't on purpose. It just ended up that those were the places in the country that I was. And so he's been to every presidential burial site that were assassinated. Yeah. And Abraham Lincoln's burial site and the house he accepted the presidency and stuff like that. That's not real far from where I live either. We did a day trip up to that one. So if you like American history, it's not hard. I mean, you'd be surprised what's really around you.
Oh, I love American history.
Me too. And the sad thing is, it came to. Did you like it from early on, Rebel? I mean, have you always been into it?
Yes,
See, I haven't. It just came to me
but now
probably.
I love the way the history was taught to me back
Uh-huh.
in the day. I don't love
Well,
the way they're
well,
teaching it nowadays.
well, yeah. Yeah, that's because they wanna erase history.
Yeah.
But for me, yeah, I wanna see what really and the sad thing is the more they erase, really, it is sad because, they are rewriting it. So, my great-grandchildren won't really know what happened,
No.
what the real truth is of it, because they're just getting rid of as much as they can. But I love all of it. I'm just curious by nature, you know, very curious, and so it didn't American history did not come to me probably till about 10 years ago, and now I can't get enough of it. I just can't. I love it. And, my mother was a big avid reader of American history, and, she tried to teach me and tried to get me to love it as much as her and all of her kids, and I was like, "No way," but I think once you go and experience something for yourself, maybe like going to Washington or Gettysburg or, anywhere, any one of, uh, any one of a battlefield or something like that, if it doesn't draw your curiosity, like, I don't know what you probably just don't have it in you know, it's not there. But sometimes it can awaken stuff, like that's what happened to me. It awoke inside me whenever I was able to go to like the Battle of Manassas and things like that. Then I was like, oh, what's this about? So then it never stopped. Never.
See, there's where I was born in Abingdon. There's a cemetery with unknown soldiers in it, and that's where I started getting into it real good. But I would go and just read the tombstone,
Uh-huh.
and man, I love that stuff.
Yeah, I do too. Do you ever go on Find a Grave?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, I do too. And in fact, I was spending so much time on Find a Grave that one of my kids said to me, "You spend more time with the dead. You spend more time with the dead than you do the living." So I had to kind of back up a little bit because I didn't realize it. But yeah, I manage a couple of sites that belong to my own family members on there. Because if you find a family member that's yours and nobody's managing it, you could take it over and manage the site. And then if somebody does have it, they may only have it because they went and visited it.
Right.
So you could ask them if you're interested in doing it, you could ask them if you could manage the site. But there's a lot of people that haven't ever been to the graves of their grandparents or an aunt or, for whatever reason they were never able to go. Go on go on Find a Grave, guys. Type in their name and whatever information like their date of birth, or at least type in their name and possibly the the state. Scroll down. You just might find the grave of your loved person. And there are people out there that will go and put flowers on your loved one's grave for nothing because it's what they do. It's their passion to visit and take care of these grave sites. So my mother's first child, he passed when he was a month and a half old, and he's buried in a military cemetery over at Paris Island. And I found his grave, and somebody was managing it, and I got in touch with them. I said, "Hey, this is my mother's oldest child. I would like to take it over," and they gave it to me. Doesn't cost anything, doesn't do anything, doesn't mean anything really, other than I don't know what it means, but like it becomes your property. So then I got into somebody was like leaving messages under his because it's kinda like a little website, just a tiny little website, and somebody was leaving, like, on his birthday, they would leave, like, a virtual flower or something or prayer hands. So I got in touch with this lady, and I was like, "This is my brother," and I haven't been to his grave for years and years and years, and I didn't ask her to go put flowers on his grave. She sent me pictures, like, on the site. She posted pictures of the next day where she had gone out and put flowers for my mom on his grave. How
That's sweet.
special is that? Yeah, just a complete stranger. It meant so much to me. So, there are people out there carrying hearts that will do stuff, you know, that you never that's the great thing about the internet, right? Like there's a lot of bad stuff out there, but then there's a lot of good that people are doing, you know. It's
Hey, I got an
important.
idea. I got an idea for your show, Manny. If
What's
you,
up? What's up?
let's see, see if there's anybody in your chats, including me or Angel, and I'll go ahead and tell you mine and Angel, that is connected to anyone famous from the past.
Ooh, that would be good.
Now, I'm, and mine don't count really because they're way down the line, but I'm like 10th or 11th cousins to the Alabama gang that was NASCAR drivers. Donnie,
No,
Bobby, and
the Allisons.
my last name is Allison.
I didn't know that.
But like I said, it's way down the line.
Yeah, but it don't matter.
We're like 10th or 11th cousins. Becca's family is actually kin to JFK.
Wow, really?
Yeah, they're like farther down than I am. They're like 15th to 18th cousins or something.
How awesome is that? Oh, I didn't mean to do that. How awesome is that?
But that would be a good one. That would be awesome to hear what people are how who they're related to rather.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm gonna write that down actually. That's good. Because I've been coming up with a couple of things that I want to do.
I,
Um,
they're turning out good because I watched when I would get up and take medicine or go to the bathroom, I would sit here and watch maybe 5 or 6 minutes, and then I'd have to go straight back to bed last night. But you were still going when I got up this morning at 7. Damn, that girl is going.
yeah, it the last 2 nights have been wild. I mean, I just set out to do my regular live, my regular time, and then usually what'll happen is Tina will pop up, right? You know that.
Yeah,
Tina will come, I'll close mine out, Tina will start. Tina will go until almost Rose starts hers. And Tina didn't come on for the last 2 nights, and she came up on my panel. Well, she stuck her head in the night before last night and said, "Guys, I can't. I'm going to bed." And everybody was like, "Boo, boo, boo," like. And so
right.
they were like, "Leanie, well, we got to stay on." So I ended up doing an 8 hour, and that was fine. And then last night I was like, "Well, surely Tina's going to go tonight. I'm going to go," and I did it. And really, there was only like an hour. It was only going to be like an hour live because, pardon me, because it was about time for Tina to come on.
You missed it by
Well,
7 hours.
she popped in and she was like, "I'm not gonna go live, you guys. I'm tired." And everybody was like, "Boo, boo," And I was like, "Tina, come up here and talk to us just for a minute because, everybody's wondering where the hell you are. You got to put something out on your community tab. We got to
Right.
teach Tina to use the community tab because people genuinely worry about people. So we need to teach Tina how to use the community tab. That way, if she doesn't go live, people aren't, they're worried. They want to know when you're used to hanging out with someone and they just don't show up for the hangout. It's like, especially 2 nights in a row, right? You can miss
Right.
one night, but you kind of still have to put it out so people know. So that's what ended up happening. So she hung out with me for like 2 hours. And then there was just a lot going on. There was a lot. It was these past 2 nights have been a great time.
I
Yeah,
agree.
I enjoyed it.
Katie said, "Do you know anybody with the last name McLeod?" I know an actor way back in the day. What was it he played? His name was
uh, he
yeah,
was blonde, right?
no, no. I
Oh,
think it was Dennis McLeod.
there was also a Gavin McLeod.
Gavin, that's who I'm thinking of.
Gavin McLeod was on the Love Boat. The
Yeah,
Love Boat. Come on, y'all. Let's see. The Love Boat promises something for everyone.
well, I ain't
Yeah,
heard
Gavin McLeod.
that in a long time.
Yeah, Love Boat was great. Love Boat was great. I liked it. Richie,
What's up, Richard?
What's going down, people? What's up, man?
Kicking it, brother.
Just
trying to
chilling at the
keep up.
pavilion and fucking smoking a blunt with Bob Dylan.
Feeling like a villain right now. I can't smoke right now.
That's all good, bro. It's all good.
Feel
Just
rough, brother. Feel rough.
there you go, man. Hope you're all enjoying your night. You know,
Oh yeah.
there you go.
Everybody's so sick.
You got a
Lisa's
cold
sick
beer with.
too.
I do have one of them in the refrigerator.
There you go.
Hey, hippie grandma,
I'm actually having a few beers myself. Shit.
have one for me, Richie. I
Oh, of
I'm double
course.
fisting. I'm double fisting, you guys. I have coffee in one hand and Diet Coke in the other.
Damn.
It's
Actually, it
it's
it
what I
actually
do.
should be coffee in one hand and a joint in the other hand.
Richie, you know that's never going to happen for
Why
me.
not?
It's just never. I just have come too far in my life to even worry about trying it now. I just why?
Smoke
Why?
weed every day.
I'm cool without it. Like I feel like I'm all right. I'm fine.
But I tell
Everything's
you
good.
what, if you smoke weed, you won't get a DUI.
Hey, he's right about that.
Is that so?
Yep. Yeah, because
What
no, I'm serious.
people
He's really yeah. I totally agree with what he's saying.
but what I don't understand, like help me understand. I really sound ignorant right now, but I'm trying to understand.
With
You
the
can get a DUI from
Well,
smoking
you
weed
actually can though,
if you're
but
driving
but
crazy.
no, well, not many stoners get pulled over for DUIs, but people who drink do.
yeah, we're not teaching Chong. We don't sit at a stop sign and think it's a red light.
Oh yeah. How does it go? How does it go? Hey, man, am I driving okay? And then Chong says, "I think we're parked, man."
Yeah, man.
They were some funny people. Funny people. Hey, Hopes.
Oh man, Cheech and Chong would have shit
See,
back in the day.
everybody's
Oh yeah,
sick.
hell yeah. They made a bunch of movies
Everybody's
though
so
too, man.
sick. I'm sorry to hear that, Hopes. I hope you get better.
Oh goodness, Coach.
Hope you get well quicker than sooner than later. A lot of people are sick right now, guys.
Yeah, so was I. 2 weekends ago, I had to go to the hospital, man.
Damn man.
Really?
Yep.
Why?
Well, long story short, 2 weeks ago, from Thursday to Sunday. Wait, see, Thursday, Friday, yeah. Um, I was aching, right? I had no fever. Um, I couldn't eat anything. I couldn't, keep it down, and I was fatigued, and it was weird because like I didn't have a fever, right? So like on Sunday morning, this was like 2 weeks ago, right? So long story short, you know, I stay with family, right? Who I look after, and I grabbed their machine, right? And I checked my blood pressure because normally mine is like between 124 between 136, right? So that's normal, right? So anyways, I checked it and it was like 89 over 55. And I said, "Oh shit, man, my fucking
Whoa.
yeah, man." So I went to the emergency room, right? And they did all this kind of test on me. They they took seven vials of blood and they did an X-ray with my chest and all kinds of shit. I had to pee in a cup and just all kinds of shit, right? So they have diagnosed me with the virus in my stomach and shit. So this doctor, right? Some chick came in the room and we just had a conversation just one on one and she's like, "How do you feel?" I said, "Well, I feel better, but it's just I still feel weak, like my fucking back hurts, my entire body hurts. And then she's
Mm.
like, "Well, Rich, here's an option. You have two options. I could send you home with some pills of potassium
BRB.
pills,
BRB.
potassium pills, right? So or just go by the instructions. Or option two, you can stay here for 2 hours, and we'll put an IV in your arm, and we will hook you up with all of your fluids because you are very low on numbers and shit." I was like, "Oh shit." She's like, "Yeah, your vitamin D's low, potassium is extremely low. So I said, well, I have time, so I'll just take the IV. And they just hooked me up to an IV for like 2 hours, and in about 10 minutes, I was feeling great already. So
Man,
I had to finish two fucking bags, man, and I was just laying there on his bed and just, I mean, they had it in my hand because they couldn't find a vein on my arm, and I was like, well, I mean, I have all kinds of veins, with my arm, but they just couldn't, find it, like, for some reason, so they put it in my hand and shit. And I feel better now, but it was a trip, man. And some friends of mine had the same thing that I had, and yeah, that stomach virus is actually going around you guys, so you guys be on the lookout, man. Yeah, because you actually get all weak and uh dehydrated and shit, man. Yeah, so I just I just want to share that, but I feel great now though. But still, man, it was scary, man.
Yeah, I know
About 5 hours.
there's a lot of illnesses going around right now. That's for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. A
well,
lot of
mine,
people. Go ahead, Rebel.
I was gonna say mine's supposed to be the flu B because my grandson has it, and I think I caught it from him. But I mean, his to me reminds me of strep throat.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Strep
And see,
throat. Yeah.
I'm a carrier. I'm a carrier of strep throat, so I get it every winter. But that's what it feels like to me.
Damn.
So your
Uh,
throat's all scratchy and on fire.
it was. It ain't now.
Are you running
Jeez.
fever?
No, never. The highest my temperature's been is 98.9.
Wow. Wow. Yeah, there's a lot going around. I think um, I don't know. I know sinuses, everybody was sick with sinuses here. I mean, everybody was sick with sinuses. And I thank
Everybody?
God every day. I'm all my family, and we all live in different parts in a different city. And all my family, it seems like one after the other, each family was getting it. Me and my husband did not get it, and I thank God. But even my son at college, like he was like, "Bring me some pills. I'm so sick." Like he had to come home, and he don't ever come home, but he came home for 2 days and slept because he was so sick. And he said he lives in a
Jeez.
fraternity house, and he said everybody's sick. He said everybody. And I was like, well, maybe you guys should all go get tested. But the problem is with getting tested is that they will quarantine the whole house,
Yep.
or or they send people home. And some people live out of state. So um, everybody was just kind of staying put. They didn't have parties. Everybody just felt Rhett said everybody just felt bad. It was bad. So luckily, me and my husband didn't get it, and he came home. He just stayed in his room and slept literally. Well, I take that back. He slept in the other living room. He was on the couch. And my biggest fear was he's going to get dehydrated because he said, my throat's on fire. Like I can't swallow. It hurts so bad. But he wasn't swollen. You know how you can check if their tonsils are swollen or if uh, um, their lymph nodes are swollen and so he wasn't swollen. So he's like, it feels like it's strep throat, and he was running a high fever. So I was like, I don't care what you do, popsicles, whatever. I went and got him, anything that he could just put down his throat to keep it. Because, a lot of times the biggest fear is that you get dehydrated.
Yep.
Dehydration just takes you down fast,
Fast
messes
too.
you
Yeah.
up.
That sure does.
I mean, you could
See the
feel
reason
bad 1 minute and the next minute not be able to move because you're dehydrated. It happens really, really fast.
I think the reason the kids keep getting sick is they'll get sick at school, come home, get better, and then go back to school and catch right over again. I don't think the schools are cleaning good enough. They're not deep cleaning the schools for them,
I
and that's
agree
been
with
going on.
that.
Yeah, well, I used to work at a school district for 15 years, and I was a custodian also, and we had to disinfect every single classroom during the whole, COVID shit,
Yep.
and um, and we always tell the students, don't come to school sick because then you pass that bug to somebody else, but these parents really don't. I mean, I don't know if they care, but we've always told them over and over, if you're sick, stay the fuck home, because once you come to school sick, you're gonna get somebody else sick. It's like
Yeah.
that damn bug just travels, bro. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, stay the fuck home if you're sick. Don't come to school, man. Shit.
Mm-hmm.
Because then your peers get sick, the teacher gets sick, and it just passes on, till it dies down.
Mm-hmm.
Man.
Yep,
No, you
that's true.
you're lucky, hippie grandma, and I hope you never get it, darling. 'Cause that shit sucks.
Yeah, that's some bad stuff.
As
I
far
mean,
as that word goes, the the C
The
word,
C word.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I don't want to get deep into that conversation, but one thing I'll say is this: I did not take that fucking vaccine, and what sucks is that a lot of my own family sees me differently because I didn't take it. But one thing I'll say is this: everybody who I knew who took it, if they have or if they had health problems back then, they have a lot more now, man, than they
Mm,
ever did. And
yeah.
it's like,
Such a
yeah,
controversial. It
yeah,
is
yeah,
so controversial to talk about it.
yeah.
And and you know what? I don't mind controversy as long as it's handled as long as we're not screaming and yelling at each other.
Mhm.
I'm not gonna be a part of that. But I love talking about stuff. But I guess for some reason, YouTube don't like it, and I know why they don't like it. You guys probably know why
Oh
they
yeah,
don't like
yeah.
it. We're
Hmm.
not stupid. Um, but I think it's bullshit that we're censored, that we can't talk about. Um, I mean, this actually happened to all of us, right? But yet we're not allowed to talk about it. Don't talk about it.
Yeah,
It affect it
yeah.
affected our lives like will never happen again. But don't talk about it.
Yeah, because I saw this whole thing with censorship, and it was coming soon, especially to YouTube and Facebook, going on about 5 years now. Because I have been on here for a long time, and different platforms, and there was word going around that sooner or later they're gonna start to censor us,
Mhm.
and they sure have,
They sure have.
especially when it comes to like politics, religion, abortion, world issues, flat earth. Yeah, yeah, even the flat earth. Yeah, that can actually stir up some stuff too. And
Mm,
it's like you you can talk about it, but you just gotta tone it down a bit. So
uh-huh.
but
Well,
yeah.
yeah, I one thing that I don't care, I won't be censored on is my faith. I'm just not gonna I'm not gonna do it. Um, I can be
Yeah, that's actually
respectful
true.
with it. I can be respectful with it. Uh, but what I find funny is that people can talk about every religion they want to and it's acceptable, except for if you believe in Jesus. Then, oh my goodness, everybody's offended. Nobody wants to talk about it. Well,
Hey,
you
well, not
know,
really, because I've been on panels and even backstage, and one thing I'll say is this: religion is probably the most heated topic of all time because I've seen people get really, really, really pissed because of their God is the right God, and then
hmm
so and so's God is not the right God. I'm like, oh my god, you people are tripping, man.
and it's not supposed to be that way. That's why I'm talking about I can talk about
Yeah,
any subject, but the
religion
minute the
though is very, very touchy though. You know that, right? Yeah,
well, yeah, that's what I'm
yeah.
saying, but that's the thing that I'm telling you, I'm never going to be silenced about. I'll shut up and not talk about, I'll respect people's opinion about the vax, not the vax, the C word, the this word, the that word, but if I'm asked about how I feel about God, I'm going to talk about it. And even if I feel like talking about it on my own channel, I'm going to talk about it. It's your choice if you want to stay or you want to go. You know,
Yeah.
I have that right just like everybody else. And if the government pushes for us not to talk about our faith, then I guess I'll be the first person in the gas chamber because not going to shut up. I don't do shut up very well anyway. So, um, I tried it.
I'm the
It
same
didn't
way.
work for me. So here I am. Um, but yeah, there's way too much censorship going on. Too many men and women died in this country for us to be shut up. Mm-mm.
Good
Nope, don't
point.
agree with it. Don't agree with it anyways.
I'm the same
So,
way with the Constitution.
mm-hmm. Yep. It's it's so annoying to me. It's
Yeah,
so annoying.
like I really don't watch the news. I mean, I haven't watched the news in years, but I still, see what's going on at times, with what is going on, and especially like all these anti-gun assholes. It's like these people, especially like on the news or just people believe that, well, you know, these firearms are, dangerous, and I'm like, look, Pete, look, people, firearms don't load up themselves, man. Okay, they don't go out there, killing people. It is the person behind the fucking trigger who is doing this shit. All right, it's like it's not the firearms, man. You
Look,
just can't blame the damn firearms, all right? And of course, all these shootings. Yes, it's a bad thing. And then, when I see these, news, clips at times, they they call it a machine gun or an assault rifle. And I'm like, look, I grew up with firearms at a very young age, and look, just because it looks a certain way doesn't mean that it actually operates a certain way. I mean, you can have a fucking like a 410 shotgun that looks like a military shotgun, but it is not. It just looks like it's intimidating to some people, but it operates legally. It is whether it be a pump action or what semi-automatic. Because anything with fully automatic, it's illegal, but there's actually ways to actually own that kind of shit, right, with paperwork and a fee and all that kind of shit. But it's like you only see those guns in like the movies pretty much, the Matrix, the Terminator. So,
Hmm.
yeah, it's like I mean, you can actually have a 22 rifle with the wooden stock and everything, and then you can have one that looks like it's a fucking military rifle, and it is the exact same thing. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's just because it looks intimidating to an average person, it doesn't mean it's military.
what gets me is they try and tell people that guns are killing people. It's not guns that's doing it, people. It's the people holding the gun.
Exactly. Yep.
That's just like if they say a dog killed someone. No, it was the owner that trained that dog.
Yep.
So,
Facts.
so does that mean that I can go out and sue Penthouse for causing me to have carpal tunnel or McDonald's for causing me to get fat?
Yeah. True.
That's ignorance.
Yeah. Yeah. That's true. Because I remember a few years back, I was at what do you call it jury duty, and it was a civil case, right? And they had me up there on the panel, and these lawyers right there asked me all kinds of questions, and they write, how they write down, right, everything you say, right? And then they were suing each other because this these little kids, they were about 10 years old and like 13 years old, and they were suing this fucking some company, right, who drives rigs, like a business, and both parties were at fault. They all died in a fucking wreck. They were on alcohol and methamphetamine, right? And then this lawyer, right, uh, he was telling me, he goes, well, can't you see why they're suing and all this kind of stuff? And I said, look, You mean to tell me that they're suing for $1 million? I said, okay, look, and I said, Your Honor, may I say this? And I mean not this in no harm whatsoever. He's like, go ahead, sir. I said, all right. Well, I said, okay, I'll say it. I said, look, you can sue for $1 million all you want. That's not gonna bring back these kids' parents. Okay, they're passed away, and I'm sad. It is a sad situation. What happened? But this lawyer is saying, can't you put that aside that they were meth heads, but they still love their kids? I said, I'm sorry, but I don't agree with that shit. I mean not shit, but I was like, I don't agree with it because if they love their kids, they wouldn't even be, using dope, man. I'm serious, and I said that shit right there in the court. I said that right there.
Yeah, I think I, the the way you're talking there is, look, I had a 24-year-old. I got a 24-year-old, but I never got to see him till he got 24. And my two twins, Paul and Trinity, the day they were born, I gave everything up, everything, because I don't live my life for myself anymore. My life belongs to my kids.
Mm,
Whatever they need, whatever they want, it is my job to provide that. Now, when they get 18, I've tried to raise them my best, and I hope that I did.
mm. That's good.
So if you're
That's
going
good.
to go out and do drugs while you raising kids from babies up to 16, 17, 18-year-olds, and you get in trouble with it, you know, you do the crime, you got to do the time.
Hmm.
Just like my niece. I took her son in, he calls me Papa. Uh, I wasn't going to see him be put in the system, so I took him. And now he calls me Papa or Daddy. It's more Papa, though.
That's so sweet. I'm still here, you guys. I don't know why my dogs are acting so weird. Gosh, everybody needs a pill here. I'm gonna start passing out pills. Who needs a pill? You hear them?
Is that them growling
They're
or are
just
they
being
snoring?
no, they're growling.
Okay.
One's barking at the door for something. The other one's growling because she wants him to come over and try to take her toy away from her. It's her way of
Um,
she'll growl even at you, and that means, can you give me some attention? It's not a mean growl,
oh,
So
so
she'll
that's Becca,
growl at one of the other.
Becca,
Yeah.
Becca growls at me
And
good.
she'll yeah, and she growls like when she's got a toy in her mouth and she wants him to come and get it from her and play tug of war or whatever. But they've been acting weird all evening. I don't know what is going on. Crazy, crazy. So that's why I have to keep muting so they don't disrupt you guys. But I'm here for it. I'm listening. I'm trying to watch chat too. So y'all keep it going. We're doing good. We're doing good.
You know what I wish? I wish that we could turn back time back to the 80s when everything, to me, the 80s were the best time. You had no worries. You didn't have to worry about who's going to blow us up, or if they did threaten to do it, you didn't put it on the news to scare the whole planet.
Mm,
Everything was quiet. You went out and done your partying. You went home. You didn't have to work, and you could go to school, and you'd have guns in the back of your window. I remember looking through the parking lot, seeing 4 or 5 trucks with shotguns in their back window.
mm-hmm.
There was no school shooting.
Yep, that's true. That's so true.
Imagine what today would be like if it was like that. They had the best people, the best music, uh, the best time.
The sad thing is that kids today, they'll never know stuff like that. They've always, for the rest of their life, their own children's lives. I mean, it's just what it is now. They're always going to have to worry about sending their kids to school and it not being safe. You know, we lived in a time where it was very, very safe to go to school. Now, churches, school, any place a child's at playing on the outside, roller skating, the only thing we had to worry about is better have your butt in that house by the time the street lights came on, better be in the house. But now, shoot, you got to sit out in the front yard with your kids. It's scary.
Just like hippie grandma said, windows down, trucks unlocked. And
Yes.
and how many people went to bed with their doors unlocked?
Yes.
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 Yeah.
How many people actually left your keys in the car?
I
I
still do.
did. I wasn't gonna say that I still do, but I got in trouble for it. Yeah, I was told I wasn't allowed to do that anymore, but, um,
We got an extra set. We still lock it though, but the keys are in it.
oh, yeah, I no, I would just leave it in we left it in the ignition. We just didn't think or just threw it down into the console or whatever. So
Yeah.
I grew up doing that, so I was doing it for a long time, and then, um, my husband, a couple years back, actually had driven my car, and he always locks his car. And he had driven my car, locked the car, brought it in. And you know, the night that he brought my keys in and locked my car got broken into.
Yeah,
And all those years, I left the keys sitting right there, like right there. You want it, take it. It's just not worth it. You know what I mean? And I was like, see there, you shouldn't lock your cars up. You just shouldn't, because if they're gonna take it, they're gonna find a way to take it. If they're gonna
Yeah.
try to get in there for medication or for money, which is usually what they're trying to do, because they stole my whole change drawer, for the love of God. But now I have to pay to get my lock fixed. You know what I'm saying? So if you just leave it open, let them get in there and take everything out you don't want stolen, and they'll move on down the line. But now we got to pay for a window. Now we got to pay for a lock. I know that's not the best way to look at stuff, but to me, it's just not that. I don't have an expensive vehicle. If you take it, okay, I might get a better vehicle for my insurance. I don't know.
right.
So, but my husband's just like, no, we're locking it up, and nobody, you don't let people just mess with you. And, he's good about that stuff. He's good. And me, I'm just like, I don't care. But
Yeah.
it
Yeah. Yeah.
happens.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I hear you out, girl. But you know what? We live in different times now, and I remember when I was growing up, at my grandma's house, which I lived there for a while, and then and then my mom got married, and we moved, and it was like back then. It's like you knew who your neighbors were and everything, and you could go down the street and have dinner over there, or you used to go next door and borrow some sugar or some fucking Kool-Aid and shit, or something, and then and then they actually hooked you up, right? Or back then too, like, um, you know, people would actually help out their fellow man. But now it's like I only know
Mm,
what two of my neighbors, and the
mhm,
rest it's like they don't want to be bothered, and they're all new people out here, and it's like they don't even
mhm.
they don't even say hi or good morning or nothing, and I'm like,
Nothing.
damn, it's just like, okay, well, I mean, they would move in, and I would say, "Hey, what's up?" I live across the street, and it's like they didn't give a shit, And I was like,
Mhm.
it is just so different now. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
it's like I remember you know we used to mow the lawn, right? For the old lady down the street and shit. Because why? Because, well, she was all by herself, and now it's like people don't give a shit no more. It's like they don't even care to help out somebody else,
That's right.
and it's just different. It's just weird. Like, maybe I'm
Yeah,
old. Fuck, I don't know.
no, we just lived in a different time where
Yeah,
community
yeah,
met community. It meant something so different, like, remember the street parties? Used to get together for street parties, have a
yeah, yeah,
barbecue.
yeah.
Everybody would bring all the
Yep.
wives would bring, something to add to the table, and it was a big potluck. And, you know, 4th of July, I know where I live, 4th of July, the families would get together for 4th of July in the middle of the street, and everybody brought their fireworks, and the All of us kids would be sitting on the lawns, and the dads would be out there shooting off the fireworks for us. It was a whole day of stuff. You just don't see that anymore. I remember my mom saying too, she used to call it the men's club because for some reason, every Saturday morning at the same freaking time, like 7:30 in the morning, all the men on the block were mowing their lawns together.
Yeah.
That was a real thing.
Yeah. Yep.
That was a real thing. And they would wave at each other, like, "Hey, I got mine," and they were proud of their lawnmowers, you
Yeah.
know?
Then after they were done, they would have some cold beers together and shit.
Yes. Yeah. Come over and look at if somebody got a new lawnmower, oh, man,
Yeah. It was a Honda. I was
the
like,
whole
oh damn,
block
it's a
knew
Honda.
about
Oh
that.
shit.
Yeah. Everybody's going to check out the new lawnmower. Well, the women and the kids didn't, but the men thought that was just it,
We
right?
are old, man. Shit.
I know,
Yeah.
but those were the days. It was so simple.
Yeah.
You know what pisses me off about today though, and I didn't mean to cuss on your channel, lady. I'm sorry.
You're fine. I cuss on my
Um,
channel.
the way that they're raising kids today, that everybody gets a trophy.
Oh,
Oh,
exactly. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. That is BS, man. That
Participation.
is that is BS, man. In
Yeah.
my
Why?
opinion.
I mean, how are kids going to learn that there is going to be failure in your life?
Yep.
Yes,
That's
sir.
true. Yeah.
Preach it.
And I tell my
Talk
kids,
about that a little bit.
and I love them. I love my kids. But I told them, I said, if they offer you a trophy and you don't deserve it, you tell them, no, sir. I would rather earn it than be given it.
Mm,
And it's just, why do you want to give a trophy to somebody that didn't earn it?
mm,
He's right. Yeah, it's 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 like kind of the same thing now, especially like with the NBA. Because like I remember there was a time where you had guys like Bird, Magic, Jordan, and all these guys, right? They would stay with one team, right? And they kept trying and trying till they won that championship. Now you have these players now that just want to join a top team and then just win a fucking ring that fast nowadays. It's like it's a whole different thing in sports now too, because yeah, it's like you have these players now who are great players, but they don't want to work their way up to win that championship.
mm,
No,
Right.
no,
mhm,
they want to join a top team who is up there in the first place and then win it. No, it doesn't work that way, man. You have to fucking sacrifice and lose and you know come back the
mhm,
next year and regroup and add pieces and shit, man. That's how you do it.
mhm.
I don't know,
Yep.
guys. It's just a different time now where I think a lot of um today's youth, and not just the youth, but all this cell phone, like texting and email and DMs and messenger, and I think it has actually killed people's um how can I say it? It has killed people's social skills in society, how to talk to people, because nowadays it's like, I mean, you can piss off some chick just because you open the fucking door for her at the store. you know,
Mm, mm,
because I remember when I was growing up, my mom always told me, you always open the door for the ladies and also the older folks, which I still do that till this day. But there has been times where some chick would get pissed off at me because I opened
mm,
the fucking door for her at the store. And then she got
mm.
attitude. I was like, well, shit. Well, excuse me. I was just being nice.
Yeah, what can you do, right?
Yeah, it's like, look, it is called common courtesy, man. You know, that's what it's
Mhm.
called.
Yeah. And the thing about the whole trophy thing is that
Oh yeah, that is
um
bullshit right there
pe-
to me.
people have they what they're losing in the whole thing, and they don't even realize, is they're losing the sense of pride. You know what I mean? Because there's something really proud that you should be proud of yourself, that blood, sweat, tears, a lot of time, energy, like, you know, to get the trophy. You know what I mean? Like, it meant
Yeah,
something to be there. You're on top because you worked to be on top. And And so you have something to be proud of. These kids today that are getting these trophies and getting into these schools because somebody's paid for them or their parents have paid for them or whatever. Um, there's, I mean, it's they just think it's owed to them. It's they're it's owed to them.
Yeah, yeah,
It's sad.
yeah. Because in every sport, right? Whether it be football, baseball, basketball, whatever, you can only have one MVP, not the whole team. There is only one person who wins the MVP of the season.
That's correct.
I mean, you don't gotta pass them all out to the whole damn team or the whole roster. It doesn't work that way, man. You have to
That's
earn
correct.
it, just like this guy here said. Yeah, you have to earn it, man. You have to,
So
blood, sweat, and tears, man.
so have we come too far? Do you guys think? Have we come
No,
too far to that we're a are we, are we ever going to be able to instill that into younger generations again?
I don't think so because the way I
It
see
would
it
be
now, you have a lot of soft ass. Well, I hate to say this, but it's true. You have a lot of soft ass boys now who have no teeth and they have no balls, man. It's like they don't even know how to fucking maintain a lawnmower, nowadays. It's like, man, shit. It's like, these boys don't have. I mean, these boys now, they're soft, they're weak. They have female tactics and shit.
Mm,
They live off their fucking emotions and everything. It's like whatever happened to, well, boys will be boys. Well, that's just gone. So, I see it.
that's a good point.
You don't
What
even
about
see boys, like getting all fucking dirty and getting with a fist fight no more. And then look, you lose, right? You just get off. I mean, if you lose a fight, yeah, you just get up. You just brush off, and then you live another day. But nowadays, these kids, they get mad because, well, they got their ass kicked, and then they go fucking to their house and they grab a damn gun just to fucking kill somebody. It's fucking crazy, man.
mm, so Rebel, what about you? Is morals and ethics a lost art? Are we going to be able to get it back, or do you think have we come too far?
I think if it keeps going the way it is, yeah, we're going to go too far. That's I
Wow.
don't think it's going to let anything go back the way it was. And look, I'm not saying nothing. Well, I guess I am, but if we let people keep controlling us the way that we are, yeah, it's going
Mm,
to get worse and worse and worse
Yep.
because the government's trying to control us all the time.
Mm-hmm.
mhm.
And no
Yep.
offense, they ain't gonna come to my house and control me.
He's right about that. Oh yeah, and also um I'll make this short, but what I seen it, I mean, I've seen it now more now than ever. The problem is too, especially with these young boys now, and even the youth. There is no more fathers in the home anymore, and I think that is a big problem because boys need to get manned up, man. You know, it's like they need a father in their life, to show them how to fix shit and maintain things.
Yep.
But now there's just and look, I'm not hating on the single mothers out there, but a lot of these boys and not just boys, but also girls, they need that father figure in that household, man, like it used to be, and that's gone. And I think the left has a lot to do with that too.
Hmm.
But that's just me saying because I see a lot of I mean, even when I was, like a youngster, because I've had a lot of friends of mine who did prison time and jail time, and a lot of them didn't have that father there. So they went on the streets and they started selling dope and messing around and shit, and a lot of them grew up with a single mom who was, living off the government, and that they were selling weed and cocaine and methamphetamine, and they all get caught up after a while, and it's like it's just the fucking same old cycle. And I really think that kids need their their dad there, or at least in their life. But
No, I
that's
agree with that.
missing. Yeah,
Yeah, I do. It is sad. The whole thing is sad. You know, I- it. Oh man, oh man, it's sad. We should talk about something more happy. Like let's sing. Rebels sing to us. The love
Well,
boat
no.
promises something
Now
for
you,
everyone.
now you know that I only sing to Becca.
Yes, and you do very well. No, I don't mind talking about the other stuff too. It's just I guess I'm always looking for an answer, and there is no answers. There's no
Right.
answers.
And there's
And
not going to
I
be no
struggle with that. But for me that's very hard because I like to fix things. I like, I just want to figure it out. But unless you've got enough people that want to figure it out and want to fix things,
yeah,
it's never going to work. We're just going to keep going backwards. And truthfully, Richie, you're right. The ones that are going to suffer are the kids,
yeah,
they're going to carry it into their adulthood, and then they're going to keep repeating the same stuff over and over that they've been taught to live. And so I'm like y'all. I do think we've already come too far. I think we've come too far.
yep,
And because I even think of my generation, and I remember my grandfather saying he used to call us hooligans and thugs, and everybody was a thug and everybody was a hooligan. And now that I'm older and there's one or two generations, maybe three underneath me now, I don't know. Um, and now I'm just like, yeah, you guys are a bunch of thugs and a bunch of hooligans because I get it. You know what I mean?
yep,
I mean, my grandfather saw that in the 70s and 80s, that how much times had changed, and everything. And then now, me being an adult and a grandmother now, I see these kids nowadays, and I'm like, oh God, I didn't ever got away with that, or we just didn't do things that way. Like we
hmm,
didn't have to worry about that. We didn't have to, and if we did something wrong, it was taken care of in the home. And you know, this whole it takes. I'm sorry, I'm just gonna say it. The whole it takes a village. No, it don't. No, it don't. My
no.
mom raised, 6 kids while my dad worked full time. We all turned out pretty good. I raised 5 kids while my husband worked full time, and I worked full time. Kids turned out great,
yeah,
but I didn't depend on someone else to teach my children to discipline themselves. You know what I mean? Because
hmm,
discipline discipline to me is teaching your child to discipline themselves, because they're not going to be a child forever, and we all have to keep disciplined. Like I discipline myself. I could let this turn into a huge argument, fight, cussing each other out kind of thing, but it's discipline, and it's
yep,
part of being grown.
hmm,
But um I don't think it takes a village. I think it takes people say that now because they want to be on their cell phones and somehow raise
yeah,
their kids,
yep.
and they want to be on the computer
Doing
and somehow
selfies
raise
and all
their
that kind
kids.
of shit. Yeah,
Yeah, exactly. Like, no, 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 no. You can raise your children. Put your children to bed. Listen, now I'm going to sound like
Sorry.
Bill Cosby, okay? Pre problems. Put your children to bed. Put your children to bed at nighttime.
and tell them you love
Then
them.
spend quality time with your spouse. Let your spouse go to bed, and then you can have some time for yourself, because your kids are only young for so many years. And then you're
Yep.
like me, no kids at home. You don't know what the hell you're doing with your own life. You know what I mean? Because you lived your life for your children. I'm not saying every person in the world has to be like me. But what I am saying is it does not take a village. You brought them kids into this world. Well, take care of your kids. Get them off the streets. Get them off the streets. And when I say that, I'm not talking about riding their bikes out there and putting on. Do kids even rollerblade anymore? I don't know. Get them a skateboard. That's not
Kids,
what I'm talking about.
kids hadn't
With
been
the street,
outside 1996.
do what?
Kids hadn't been out in the yard since 1996.
It's terrible. It's terrible.
They don't even know what it's like to step in dog shit.
It's terrible. My kids did not own a toy box.
Yeah.
Do you know how many spoons I bought? Because my son would go out there and get bugs and bury my spoons, and I didn't mind it. You know what I mean? Um, that's problem. That's the problem. I think also is that they don't have imagination. They've got to have
Oh no,
get
no.
your kids a computer and an iPad and
Yeah.
keep them busy in front of the TV set and so you don't have to parent your children.
Yep.
That's not the way it goes here.
Hey, I want to address a comment in the live chat, if you don't mind.
Okay. No, not
Okay.
at all. Just be sweet.
Yeah, yeah.
Do it sweetly.
I will. Mary Jane Doe said, "It's sad we have a drug epidemic going on. Fathers need to stop deserting their children." Okay, look, that last part, I disagree with that because you just can't say, well, fathers are actually not being there for their kids because, and I've seen it in my life. You have a lot of women out there. I'm not saying all of them do, but you have a lot of them who keep their kids from seeing their father.
And I'm one of
And what these females do is that they make their kids hate their father without their kids knowing the both sides to the story. So what happens is that these boys, especially boys and girls, well, mostly boys, they grow up hating their father with a passion where like they want to, beat their ass once they're older. No, your mother kept you from seeing him. And look, they always say, well, you know what? He's a deadbeat dad, right? Deadbeat dad, deadbeat dad. Yeah. But look, even if he has a job, right? And he's in the court of law, right? For child support, even if he has a full-time job, he is still labeled as what? A deadbeat dad, which is not right. But one thing that they never bring up, and I've seen it for a long time too, especially when I worked at the school district, you have a lot of deadbeat fucking moms out there. But that's never addressed.
I will say this. Now, my oldest son, the last time I seen him was 4 months old. And I just recently found out that he thought I was dead until Tyler told him that he was Hunter's brother. They had told him I had died. Now, this is my 24-year-old. From 4 months old until about 2 years ago, he thought I was dead. And that was
Okay, I'm going to play devil's advocate here.
okay.
So your child thought that you were dead from 4 months old on until he was 24. Is that what you just said?
Until he was 22.
Okay. Why didn't you go find him?
I looked for him. They changed his last name. She had got remarried, changed his last name and everything.
Okay.
And her her parents were put in prison for. If you look up a story called the Baptist preacher here in Tennessee that done all that shit to a girl, it was one of his daughters that I had the child with, not the one that this happened to, but next older. The hell was his name? Combs, Preacher Combs. He got 164 years in prison, and she got 70 years. He died in prison.
Wow. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. I think I see I see what some of the ladies now that I'm trying to pay attention to both. What some of the ladies are saying in chat. Mary Jane, I get what she's saying. I get what Lisa's saying. I get what Richie's saying. I think it goes both ways, you guys. There's shitty men that do up and leave their children, and there are shitty women that turn their children against their fathers, and there are shitty women who also leave their children, and there are shitty fathers that turn their children against their mother.
Yep.
What it boils down to is it's all what you have lived, you know. So no offense, but it's easy, Richie, for you to defend the men because you're a man. No offense. And then it's easy for us to say, but wait a minute, my mom was, she raised four kids without, the help of my father because he was off taking care of his other three kids, and making sure his money goes over there. Um, so I think it all falls under what you have lived, right? Like, you know,
You say some good stuff, girl. I swear, man. You say some good feedback, man.
wow,
You should have been a
thanks.
counselor, man. You should have been a counselor.
Drop a 20, Richie. Drop a 20. No, I really do think that um there's it's a real problem. I do think that, if the two parents can't work, here's the deal. If two parents cannot work it out, if you cannot work it out with your partner to raise these children in the same home with both of you, that's okay. Right? But you still have a responsibility, if you're male, if you're female, mom or dad, to be a part of your child's life and help raise them. You still have to provide for them physically, mentally, emotionally, and uh, monetarily. If you are failing at any of those points, that makes you a deadbeat, whether you are female or male, mommy or daddy. That's what
Wow.
constitute being a deadbeat means. And if you have got the child with you or children with you, and you are turning that child to hate the other parent because you hate the other parent,
Yeah.
you're a piece of shit.
Hmm.
Never, ever, ever should a child be used against the other parent to hurt the parent. Never.
But it so
Because
happens, though. You
it
know.
does happen. And
Yeah.
in the end, all it hurts is that child,
Yep.
because that child grows up to think that that is normal behavior. And then you end up like Rebel, who doesn't get to see their child, can't find this child for 22 years because the mother dislikes the father for some reason and used the child as a weapon.
That's
That's exactly what happens.
if
It is weaponizing children. Stop it. Stop weaponizing children.
Yep.
He
Hate
was
each other all you want to. Hate each other all you want to. The minute that child walks in the room, you do nothing but lift up the good qualities in that other parent.
Yeah. There are some friends of mine who are like from my age group. You know, like mid late 40s to early 50s, and I'll just make this quick. But yeah. And this is pretty rare because I haven't seen it much, but I know at least about three of them. You know, they could have easily took their old man to court for child support, but they never did. What they did was, and I was like, wow, that is rare because they actually told me once, well, yeah, you know, after a barbecue and stuff, you know, like when it was late at night, they said that they were in the works of going to court, but they had to, you know, go out to lunch or whatever, right? Have some lunch and just some iced tea, and then they talked it over, and they both agreed, let's not go to court. We'll just work it out on our own. And I said, you know how rare that fucking is? And then,
Mm-hmm.
this chick said, well, I told them, they live with me. You can see them whenever you want. You want them for the weekend? They're yours. You want them during, the week? You can pick them up. We're not gonna go to court because all that's gonna do is just stir up a lot more shit, and it costs money, right? so,
Mm-hmm.
so they actually, well, yeah, there's about three of them who I knew that actually they shook hands and they fucking made it work. He gets to see his kids, his daughter, his son, and they don't have to go through that whole custody bullshit. And I said,
Mm-hmm.
I really wish that would happen more often, but that's not the case in many cases because these, I'm not saying all women, but there's the guys too. They want that fucking money because, well, if it's not working out, then I'm gonna fucking take your ass to court.
Court. See, the my
but
situation.
but I mean,
Go
to
ahead.
make that work, that is kind of rare, though. I mean, shit. But they did it because they even told me because I don't want my kids to fucking suffer with that shit. I said, yeah, yeah. I see why you did it
Yeah.
that way,
Well,
which is actually kind of rare. Time in mind because yeah, that is kind of rare to actually work it out as a couple, which they're not together anymore without the fucking court system involved.
mm-hmm. What were you going to say, Rebel?
Yeah, man. Go ahead, bro.
Uh, see, my situation was like I said. He was a preacher. Him and his wife stole a girl from. I don't even remember where it was now. Hippie grandma knows the story just like I do, but probably remembers it better. But he stole a kid, kidnapped her, brought her down here, raised her as his own, and he was a manipulator. He manipulated his children into believing what he said was God's law. He used uh, he used the Bible against him. So when they found him guilty for what he done, like I said, he went to prison and he still manipulated these children to get him a bond to get out. Now, after he was convicted, he couldn't. So he still manipulated his children until they got married and all this. And the parents, they parented my son. Don't get me wrong, he raised Hunter great. I'm not saying that. But she was told by him to tell him that I was dead. So when they changed his name, it's hard to find him
Yeah.
under a different name. But my youngest son,
Well,
Tyler, found him on hell's that yellow, what is it, Instagram thing, and messaged him and said, "Hey, I'm your brother." He said, "Give me a call later and let you talk to Dad." And he said, "My dad's dead." He said, "No, your dad's sitting in the front of the car driving." So he said, "Okay, I'll call." And come to find out, his mama done him so dirty. And I tell him to not hate his mama because you only get one mama. But
mm,
he can't stand his mama, and the grandparents, he hated them for what they done. Um, but yeah, they were manipulators. Like I said, he got 165 years in prison. She got 75 years. He ended up dying in prison after about 15 years. And he should have been given the death penalty. But, when he went to prison and they found out what he done, they had fun with him. But yes,
mm,
she is the one that done it through her parents because they are
mm,
always manipulative. And that, sometimes and I'll agree with y'all, sometimes it is the parents, whether it be father or mother, that is using the child as a pawn against the other parent. And that's very wrong. kid has nothing to do with this. This is between you and your ex or whatever. Leave the kids out of it. Let them have both parents because it might turn against you when they get older.
That is absolutely right. Listen, just because you may not have made a good wife, you may not have made a good husband. I don't care. Your kids were born not to not to be a triangle with you two. They were born as a result of you two and their children and their children. You could be a great parent and be a horrible spouse. Horrible. But that just because you're a horrible spouse does not make him or her a bad parent. Let them parent their children. Now, if there's any kind of abuse in the relationship between the husband and the wife, any kind of abuse, there needs to be some kind of counseling that goes on to make sure that that abuse is not turned over to the children or pointed towards the children. Because believe it or not, trashing a mother or a father to your children is abuse if it's not warranted. And to me, it's never warranted because their little minds can't handle that. They can't handle it. Then they end up feeling guilty for loving one parent. So they can't talk about that parent with the other parent because it might hurt one parent's feelings. Are you freaking kidding me? You're screwing up your kids. Stop it. Stop it. Just stop. It's not fair. It's not right. You're screwing up your kids all because you don't like the person who you had the kid with. If they're a good parent, let them be a parent. Let them be a parent and stop it. Stop weaponizing these children. This is stuff that causes kids to grow up as adults and have very, very bad mental disorders, whether it be anxiety, depression, whatever. Call it whatever it is. This is part of the reason right here. This is part of the reason why we hear mental uh, disorders so much more nowadays than we did back in the day when the family home was the family home, and the parents went behind closed doors and were arguing, and the kids never saw it. Now, I'm not saying there wasn't generational things that came down the line, depression, stuff like that. That's very real and it's hereditary. I believe it can be hereditary. But the crap that people carry over from their childhood, a lot of it can be prevented if they weren't weaponized against another parent. You see what I'm saying? So, if they're a good parent, let them parent. If they're a bad parent, you do everything in your power. Beg, borrow, and steal from every person you know to take that person to court to take the rights away from that child. Because you owe that to your child just as much as you owe letting a good parent parent their child. And that's all I have to say on that. Y'all are
All right,
welcome
guys.
to jump into it if you
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, Laney, honey. I was just
No,
gonna say
you're fine.
my medicine's kicking in. I'm sitting here getting drowsy. But y'all guys,
Well, thank you, Rebel.
I might do a painting this Sunday on Tattooed Rebel if y'all would like to come over. Uh, and guys, thank y'all for how far you got me. I'm 21 away from hitting 2,000.
Ooh. I'm still trying to
That's
pull up
Bravo,
to
bravo, bravo.
270.
and that's because of
Congratulations, bro.
thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, man. Hell yeah.
That's because of people like Laney and all the others that come in my chat. Hippie Grandma, everybody here I know. Some of them come in chat. I don't think all of them. I don't think I've seen them all.
Hey, well, next time you go live, bro. I'll hop on your panel, bro. It's all good.
Yeah,
Man.
y'all sub up. Y'all sub up to the tattoos. I call them the
I think I
tattoos.
am. Yeah.
Rebel's gonna drop some links in there. You guys sub up to
Right.
them, and
I'll be on your panel,
let's get
bro. You know,
Yeah, let's support
hell yeah,
let's
we'll
support
chop it
this.
up.
Let's,
You know, it's all
support,
good. You know.
Hey, now if you
it's
like music,
Oh yeah,
Rich,
hell yeah,
yeah, you're gonna love White Trash Family.
awesome.
So go
I'm
sub
all
up to
down
the.
for it, homie. Shit.
yeah, you guys hit those get on his channels and sub up to it and try to make some of those lives. Yeah, Tattoo, go ahead. If you could schedule it, then um it's harder for me sometimes, sometimes it's just hard to get to everything, but I'm always replaying, and usually I'm replaying on the big screen, you guys, because I put it on and then I do what I got to do in the house. So I'm still there. But yeah, y'all sub up to him. Let's get him up to 2,000, and then we'll start a new goal. And if you haven't subbed to my channel, please sub to my channel. Please hit the like, guys. I'm trying to get up to 270. Two 270.
There you
Yeah,
go.
So funny to say that to me.
you have grown because last night when I was watching you was at 245 or 255.
Was I really?
Oh, yeah. Damn, girl, you're fucking
Wow.
you
It's you,
on
Richie. It's all you. They're coming to hear you.
who me for what?
Yeah, you've been on my panel 3 nights in a row. All three of these nights you've been on. So I think you're always coming to see Richie, which I'm fine
Hey,
pimping
well,
you out from my channel.
hey, well, I got time. That's fine.
Hey,
No,
Rebel, thanks for coming up and sharing
All
with
right,
us.
Rebel
I
Bro.
really do appreciate it,
You
buddy.
take care, man.
you too. Hey, now that last
Hope you feel
link I
better.
put in there is the Freebird Paint 22, and I'll get into that more
Free bird, hell yeah. It's a
as
badass man.
I get it built up. But right now, I am doing it on Tattooed Rebel, and I usually do them on Sundays. So
All
I'll
right.
go ahead and set that up,
Okay.
and y'all can come over and watch me if it's not too cold, because the paint
Yeah,
won't stick on it.
It's not too cold.
paint
But
won't
thank
stick
you, Laney, for
to cold.
no, it won't. But thank you for having me up, and
Oh
congratulations on you.
gosh. Thank you for coming.
All right, baby.
Have a good
Y'all
night,
have
Thank
man.
you, Rebel. I appreciate it. Love you.
much love.
Rebel.
All right. Big love for Tattooed Rebel. Y'all sub up. Let's get him up to 2,000. Big love for Tattooed Rebel. No, Richie, I know
It's not because
we
of me.
work good together, Richie.
What's that
Richie,
supposed to
we
mean?
work good
We're not,
together.
whoa, we work good together. Yeah, I actually found you when I watched some Tina's live, and then I was like, "Who is this blondie right here?" I was like, just
Who is this
hearing
blondie?
you out. Yeah, you, you, you're a blondie,
Wow,
right?
thanks, Richie. Yeah, I am. I've been called that. My mom always called me Blondie when I was in trouble. That's how I knew I was in trouble. Blondie. Mm. Oh, oof. Now, if I got called by my real name, then I was getting a whipping.
Oh,
But Blondie just meant
well,
I better just straighten it up. And then Leanie, they call me Leanie or Leanie Bug when I was in good graces. In fact, my siblings still call me Leanie. People who knew me from my childhood call me Leanie.
hey, this may sound weird, but I'm gonna say this because what is that word called? The algorithm, right? Right? Is what they
Hmm.
call it? The algorithm.
Yeah.
You you popped up my on my Facebook like yesterday, I think.
No way.
Yeah, because like how it says how it says people who you may know.
Uh-huh. Did you click it?
Well, I actually sent you a message though, but I was like, I know her. She's. I'm like, that's um Leanie from YouTube, and then I saw your full name. And I said, oh, so that's her real name.
Oh, no. Are you kidding? That's
I'm not
happening?
bullshitting you. No, I'm serious. I was like, that just lets you further know how we are all being watched on social media by the eye in the sky. I was like, oh, I know who she
Wow,
is. I
Richie.
said, that's Leanie from
Uh-huh.
YouTube.
Wow, I didn't even because I don't even have my picture up there
Hey,
as
dude.
that anymore. No, I what I'm saying is
It's in
my
your photos
profile,
though. It's in
yeah,
your
my
photos.
profile picture is not even my picture, but yeah, that's amazing. Wow, I'm glad you told me that. You know, I I- you know,
It's a
I
small
want to
world, though,
I
right?
want to protect my kids.
I
Um,
understand that.
I want to protect my husband.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's
and that's
understandable.
why I don't cam up. That's why I don't cam
Yeah,
up.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
Because there are a lot of um YouTubers in general who don't do Facebook, or if they have Facebook, they only keep it just for their family. Which I understand that. But
mhm,
there are some YouTubers who I'm friends with, but some of them we are just friends on Messenger because they actually told me personally on the Facebook phone or like a DM. They said, "Look, I don't mind adding you in Messenger, but my Facebook is just for my family only." And I said, "All right, cool. I mean, I'm and I respect that."
yeah.
Yeah.
I thought when you were saying that you found the according to Leany because I do have that one too.
Oh well.
Yeah, so you could go on there, but I don't even think I would have a Facebook honestly because don't deal with it much. But I've got so much family all over the place that really it's the only way you can see them. And then on top of that, like I'm in groups like for golden retrievers and stuff I'm interested
Okay.
in, just like everybody else. And so when I have litters, that's how people find me.
Mm.
If I have puppies for sale. So that's why really I keep it going. If not, I wouldn't even have it, Richie, to tell you the truth. I mean, because I don't like drama, right? I don't like
I'm used to it though.
so
So.
I don't but I don't like it because half the drama you see is created by your own self. So go I all I want to do
How is
is
that
go
though?
on every
Our own self though.
huh?
How is that
What
though?
I mean, or let me give you an example of what I mean by that. So there's plenty of people like this out there, but there's one person I'm thinking about in particular on my personal Facebook page that will post something like this one day. I'm so in love with him. He's he's my soulmate. And then the very next day, fucking hate him. And then the next day, I'm so done. And then the next day, she's single. And then the next day, she's in a relationship, but it's complicated. And then the next day, she's
Yeah,
in
I
a
seen that.
relationship. And then the next day, she's living the happy life with him again. Do you see what I'm saying? That is drama created by yourself. By yourself. First of all, don't put your feelings out there on social media like that. Don't do it unless you feel like it's a safe place. You know what I mean? Like, what are you looking for when you're putting it up? There's not a damn thing I can do about your relationship. You know what I mean? Unless you want me to help you, which means me telling you, if it's that bad, move to Florida where you're supposed to be because that's where the help comes from. And get away from this abusive person that you keep in your life for whatever reason, the addiction to this person, right? So when I say that people create their own drama, it's your own drama because you got into this cycle and you stay in the cycle. So that's what I mean. Like I don't like I don't like Facebook because of that. Like the whole I'm single, I'm married, I'm in a complicated relationship. I don't freaking care. Like shut up. Shut up. Unless you want to talk to me about it and just have me listen to you, but quit putting it out there. Quit, just stop it. Go do something else. Too much time on your hands. You know what I'm saying? That's what I mean about people being responsible for their own drama. And then you got people, that create drama with other people and they're going back and forth and you have to pick a side. No, no, no. No.
I've been
Just
there.
because you're mad at them doesn't mean. Do you know the God's honest truth, Richie? If I'm mad at somebody, even in my family, I do not call or even talk to my husband about it. Did you know that? I will not even talk to my husband about someone I'm mad at in the family. Why? Because in the end, I'm going to make up with that person, right? We're going to get it worked out, right? We're going to be okay. But yet, my husband, who loves me, is still on my side and holding a grudge and still pissed off at you because you did me wrong. That's what drama is. That's what drama is to me. Sometimes you just got to shut up. Don't People play their kids against each other, right? Like one of my kids used to call me and be like, Your child is pissing me off. Do something about your kid and this and that. And then the other kid called me. Your child is, they're pissing me off. And then I always play devil's advocate, right? Try to make this child see this person's side, and then that child is, and what happens? They end up making up, right? They're siblings. They're going to make up. Everything's going to be peachy, lovely. But who's going to be wrong? Me, me, because it looks like I took sides, or it looks like I played favorites. So now the big rule is don't tell mom nothing. If you've got a problem, go work it out. If you don't work it out, that's on you. It can be worked out if you want it to be worked out. Nothing's that big. Not not in my world. It's not, little fusses here and there. You piss me off by what you said, or that little stuff can be worked out. You know what I mean? So that's just the way that I don't share stuff like that with anybody else because it just creates drama. It makes it bigger than it has to be. you know. So, and they know if they can't work it out, which has never happened in all the time I've had kids, they've never needed me to fix anything, any battles for them against each other or anywhere else, you know. But they know that if they can't work it out, that I'll listen and I'll try. But then I'm also mom, so I'm going to play devil's advocate.
Yeah, but I hear what you're saying and all, but because there are some. Well, what about family who are disowned from family? Because I have some family that have been disowned on my mom's side of the family, and they're not wanted anymore, all because of their past. Yes, yes, they used to be addicts and lived a crazy life and did time and all that kind of shit. But they are different people now, And
Hmm.
my mom always told me growing up, they are still a part of the family, even though they're not wanted no more. I mean, it has gone to a point now where like they're not even wanted at a funeral, and they only go
Wow.
once everyone leaves, just to pay their respects. But um,
Hmm.
I am so cool with these you know, people. I'm like probably one of the very few that actually keeps in touch with them. And yeah,
Uh
you
huh.
know what? Some of them, well, most of them, they found the Lord. They got cleaned up and sober, and they're doing good, but they are still not wanted. You know, and it sucks. But I mean, what are your thoughts about that? I mean, when like certain family, they're just disowned forever from like their own bloodline.
Mm.
What do you think about that?
Well, I think it. I think it takes on. I think you have to look at the people who actually don't want them around anymore. So you're dealing with a whole bunch of different things here. You're dealing with feelings, you're dealing with people who have been done wrong by these people, and you're also
Yeah,
dealing with people who are scared to have them come back into the fold because they're scared of being hurt again and having to start the process all over again of healing, right?
yeah, but
So what
I'm sorry.
happens when I mean, go ahead. No,
No,
go ahead.
okay, well, it is not just them, but also they have kids that are all actually older now, and they don't even know our family, and they are related to me. They're related to my
Mhm,
mom. They're related to
mhm,
my brothers, and they're just not wanted and stuff. So,
mhm,
uh, we accept them, but the rest of them don't. And
mhm,
that's kind of messed
mhm.
up. But
Yeah, it is. I think I would have to understand the whole what I'm hearing. I think I would have to understand
the entire
exactly what we're
situation,
talking about. Yeah,
yeah,
I think I would. But what I'm hearing from you is there was something that was done that was either mentally harmful to somebody or physically harmful to somebody.
well, yeah. I
And
mean, it was actually um drug abuse, pretty much. Yeah,
Hmm.
and
Like
stealing,
using the person.
stealing from the family. Yeah,
Mm,
shit like that. Yeah,
mm, mm, hmm. Well, I mean, Richie, there's two things. The Bible says that you have to um, forgive. 7 times 7. When Jesus was asked how many times should we just keep forgiving this person, but then there's other scriptures in the Bible that talk about how no matter how much you love somebody, you have to let them go from your life in order to live a peaceful life. Do you understand?
wow.
Like, it doesn't mean that you don't love them. It doesn't mean that you don't wish things could have been different. But if it brings you more anxiety to have that person in your immediate life, or brings you more unsettlement, or
Yeah, but they
any kind
changed
of way
though
that
for the
is
better though, right? But they changed though
okay.
for the better.
Right.
Well,
So if that's the case, and if you feel you're a grown man, if you feel like, look, I feel like this guy's changed, I want to give this guy or this person, whoever it is, a shot. You can't bring people along with you, even mom. You know what I mean? Because her
yeah,
experience with that person is different. But if you yourself, as your own self, can say, this is what I really want. This would bring me a lot of joy just to be able to see this person once a month, or you know, baby steps. I wouldn't say jump in the pool. Do not jump in that pool. I don't care how much they've changed. Don't jump in the pool with them. Don't get all wet. Baby steps into it, right? Like once a month, meet them. Don't bring them to your house and don't go to their house. Meet them for lunch or meet them at church or meet them,
yeah,
you know
yeah.
what I mean.
That's a good point.
Nothing so
Right?
personal, but personal enough where they could feel that you care. You could feel maybe them out to see if this is something that you want to pursue, and you do baby steps with it. And because the baby steps you can stop it's like walking down the street, right? If you're at a slow stroll, it's easier to stop when that car's coming. If you're running like a bat out of hell, you're probably going to get hit by the car, right? So take the baby steps where it's easy, that if you see something or you feel something that no, like really it's for the best that we love each other from a distance, because that's okay. It's okay to love someone from a distance. Does it bring some pain? Yes. But you have to keep yourself safe, and I'm not just talking physically, I'm talking mentally. You've got to keep yourself safe. So if you're baby stepping it up, it gives you a better chance to turn around and walk the other way, rather than going full force into a relationship with someone who the family has said, you're not healthy, you're not healthy for the family. We love you, but we just cannot keep doing this with you. And then you wish the best for them. You pray for them, like I'm sure your family has done. And you say they've changed and they found God and they have turned their lives completely around. Listen, Richie, that may not have happened if your family didn't say, enough is enough. Because at some point, you got to quit enabling the process, right? So if your family stopped the enabling by saying, we're done, go away, do you over there, not here,
Yeah,
that
I see what you
person
mean.
may never have gotten himself together, because he or she has been enabled to continue down the wrong path and doing the wrong things. So look at it as a gift. Whatever part of the family said, go do you over there, not here, because right here, we're trying to keep this place healthy and safe. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
If
because
they had
yeah,
kept that
yeah,
person there, yeah. So you get what I'm saying, right?
yeah,
So look at
yeah,
it as a gift. If you want to have a relationship, do it in baby steps, but don't try not to look at it as like, oh God, like I just wish things were different. I just want this. I want to be a happy, big family. No, look at it as a gift that you gave that person, because that person was able to, when he hit rock bottom, there's nowhere to go but up. That's what happened. And
yeah,
the prayers
yeah,
of of your family.
Yeah, because the first time I actually heard about this, I was an adult already. I was like in probably like my late 20s, going on going on 30, and I went to a funeral, which we go like pretty much every other year because somebody always passes away, right? And
Yeah, that's part of getting old.
yeah, and I went, yeah, yeah. So I went with my uncle, who was like kind of like my big brother, slash, well, he was like my dad growing up, and I just brought up these names. I said, "Hey, how come so and so didn't show up like they used to?" And this was like after we left the funeral, off to the gathering, right? The gathering and everything. And he said, your mom didn't tell you? I said, tell me what? Well, those names you brought up. Remember how they used to always come over at grandma's house with barbecues and birthdays and anniversaries? I said, yeah. Well, they're not wanted anymore. I said, why? Well, and he told me the whole scoop, and I said, yeah, but they're still family. He's like, yeah. He's like, yeah. He's like, look, Rich, when I see them at the store, at Walmart, or at Vons, yes, I still talk to them, with a big hug and everything, and a kiss on the cheek, but that's about it. They know that they're not
Mm,
wanted, and that's just how it is.
mm,
And then I said,
mhm,
why? He's like, well, you're a, you're a grown adult now, man. Figure it out. I said, yeah, but they're so part
mm,
of our blood, though, bro. And he says, I understand that, but they did a lot of bad to the
mm,
family over the years, and they're just doing their own thing now. And of course, we all left the funeral, right? I said, yeah. He said, well, they might show up later on without us there because they're not
mhm,
wanted there. They weren't, and I swear, they weren't even wanted at the damn wake. That's how serious it was. I was like,
mm,
Jesus.
mhm,
I guess
mhm,
that happened because, like, I really see it now, like, and I'm actually 48 now. I'll be 49 soon, and I really think, and I hate to say this, but I think family can be our own worst fucking enemy at times, man.
mm.
I
Keep
mean,
talking.
I don't mean to say that, but
No, it's true. Keep talking.
because my middle brother. I don't want to get too deep into this, but him and I haven't talked in months,
Mhm,
and and I admit, I totally admit, it is um my fault. I will admit that, but all I want us to is just be brothers again. But my youngest brother, him and I, we're still cool, but it is just the middle one. It's like he keeps his distance, and I understand why, but and I know my mom doesn't like it because no mom likes their sons or daughters
mm,
to
mhm,
have some fucking beef with some bullshit.
mm,
But
mhm,
I really wish we could just bury the fucking hatchet, and I'm the one who would actually say I'm sorry, whatever I said to you or whatever I
mhm,
did. But he's the type that
mhm,
wouldn't do it though. But that's just me saying though.
mm. So,
I mean, he's like
let me
my
see
half
here,
brother.
because I don't want. Mhm, I don't care if he's half brother. I don't care if he's your neighbor, but you consider him brother.
My name.
Relationships are relationships, and because sometimes family is not blood. That's true. Sometimes you can pick your family, or sometimes your family's just picked for you, and you're just like, wow, like we're tight. You know what I mean? Like,
We used to be tight, but
but I
not
think
not
for
not anymore.
you,
I mean, him and I are no, not like we used to. But I'm just
so
gonna give him
is it
his own space.
mhm, mhm.
I'm gonna give
How
him
long has it been
his
going
own
on?
space. About a year.
Wow, that's a lot of time, Richie. So, do you think he would be open to just you saying, "Hey, um, I really am sincerely sorry for, you know, what I've done and or what I've said, and I really would like to have some kind of relationship with you that's different than what we've got right now. It may not look the same as what it looked like a couple years ago, but I really would like to have my brother back in my life." How do you think he would respond to that?
I think he's just to a point where like he really doesn't want to interact with the entire family, even though he
Mm,
interacts with my mom the most. But it's like
mm,
he has more of a relationship with his in-laws more than us. And
and that happens with men a lot.
yeah,
Understand that that happens with men a lot. A lot of men, I won't say most because I haven't done any studies on it, but most of the men that I know, they cleave to their wife's family. For some reason, they end up in the
yeah,
same
yeah.
city as their wife's family is. It's just what happens. I don't know why really that happens, but it does happen. Um, but so my question is the reason why you don't do that with him, is it the fear of rejection, or
No,
are you just not ready for that yet?
I'm always ready to make up with family, but I really think he's actually turning into his dad because well, my stepdad, but I mean, because as he got older, he kind of became a loner, kind of like didn't really want to interact with family no more. I mean, he just,
Mm,
I mean, he for a long time, right? I remember, well, you know, I mean, he used to have barbecues at the house. His buddies would show
mhm,
up. They would eat steaks and have cold beer and hear music. But as he got older, he just kind of just distanced himself from everybody,
mm,
and he just doesn't want to be bothered. I guess. I mean, he's not really that type to have conversations anymore like he used to. And I
mm,
mean, he is a funny guy. And I remember um my uncles who got to know him. But then it's like he just didn't hang out with us much anymore. And then I would tell them, I mean, he is a funny guy, but you really got to get to know him. I mean, he doesn't really
mm,
show it that much, but I mean, there's times where he had me rolling off my ass off laughing because he would just crack some bullshit, and I was like, and
mhm,
then, and then I was like, why don't you act this way at you know at a family function, man?
mm,
Like you always did, right? When I was a kid, but I don't know. It's just he. I don't know what it is. I mean, maybe he's older now, and he just wants to be alone. Just watch TV and shit. It's like I don't know, man. It's just
Is
I
is
don't.
he older than you?
My dad?
Is he older than you?
Who?
No, 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 your brother.
No, he's see, he's 42. I'm 48, so he's younger.
Wow. So did he get married recently or
He got married uh uh 11 years ago.
Oh, wow. Okay. So because I was wondering if if he had gotten married recently and then he
Oh no.
became distant and moved closer to her Okay, so
I
I
mean
guess I really don't.
I mean
You know what I hear, Richie, from you?
his
You
wife
want
is
to
a
know what I
very good
hear?
what
Go ahead.
his I think I mean, yes. I mean, because I remember we used to party all the time. I mean, we used to have all the group of friends, right, males and females, and we used to go to bars and strip clubs and pool halls and all that kind of shit. And once he met his future wife, I think that was the best thing that ever happened to him. And you know, I mean, she's a good woman. She has family values and very very family oriented. I mean, she has great parents.
Mm,
I've met the family and everything, and
mm,
I wish we can hang out more, but I really don't think he wants me around though, for some reason.
mm,
But
mm.
yeah, I
Yeah,
mean, shit. But yeah. I mean,
I
his wife is a good woman. I mean, shit. I mean, she's a RN, a nurse, but she actually took leave off her job to uh watch her grandpa who's up there in age, and I mean, he's not in the best health, but he's close to passing away soon, so that's why she is actually looking after him now. So, which I was told, because she is that type that will she is that type that will actually take off her shirt and then just give it to somebody. That's how she is. She's very loving, very very caring. So I mean, her parents really
well,
brought her up the right way.
yeah. Well, I think your parents brought you up the right way, and here's why.
Yeah. Well,
What I
yeah.
hear from you, what I hear from you, and it's very endearing, um, is you hold family very sacredly. Like
Yeah.
it's not just like that's my brother, that's my mom, that's my like it family, blood is sacred to you. It means it's like code. It's a code. And don't break the code. Am I correct?
Yeah.
Family means everything to you.
It always
But
has.
here's the deal. Yeah. You remind me of my oldest son. My oldest son, family, and he's still like that. Family, family, family. Like he'll do anything for anybody and especially his family. But what he struggled with even after he got married, so his sisters got married, he got married, and what he struggled with was he always wanted things to remain the same. In his eyes, it
Hmm.
was just because you get married doesn't mean that we can't have the same relationship. It's just instead of he just wanted you to bring that person along instead of you going off with that person. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he struggled with that. He couldn't understand how he couldn't call his sisters and say, even though these are all grown people, but this is how close he was to them and how much blood meant to him and how much family like is sacred to him. He figures he should be able to call you up and say, hey, tomorrow we're going to go do this. We're going to barbecue, blah, blah, blah. And you should be just as excited about that as you were before you got into a relationship. You should be just as excited as you were at 6 years old when you were doing it together because his best friends, the people he cared the most about in his life, are all blood. It's all blood. Blood or nothing, right? So he had to learn a big lesson. And it took him, he's what, 35 now? It took him a while to realize that in a lot of pain. It literally caused him some heartache when he had to realize that when they got married, that relationships did change. You know what I mean? That he no longer was the guy in their life, his sister's lives. He was no longer the protector. He was no longer the fun one. He was no longer the one that was going to go get the money so he can take his sisters and go have fun with them for the day. You know what I mean? Like, um, it was very, very hard for him to even though he was married, it was very hard. He's always saying like, "Y'all come over here. I'll pay for everything. I'll do everything." Blah 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 blah, because he just wants them with him at all times. If my son could build a community or a compound, if you will, and move all of his blood on that compound in their own houses, you would have never seen a happier man because it means everything to him. And that's what I see in you. And that is something that is rare. It is rare, because you're right. Family is the worst of the worst and the best of the best, and you see it all. Um, it's rare, but it's also so endearing. It really is, but it comes with so much heartache because all you're trying to do is keep your family together and don't change it up. We're blood. Like it's a code. Don't break the code. And I get that. And I'm sorry for you. I am. But it's admirable. But nothing's going to change your heartache over it, you know? You know what I mean? Like it's going to be there. Um I do think you need to reach out to your brother, even if he never responds to you. I think you throw
I
the
have his
olive
number.
branch.
I have his number, but it's like, I don't really, call him much, anyways. I mean, maybe I should call him just out of the blue, huh? Just
But you're hurt because it changed and he changed and you don't know why. Why? Why did it have to change? We're
well,
brothers. We
well,
had so much fun.
hey, well, look. One thing I'll
Bring
say
your
is,
wife, bring your kids.
well, I'm not the only one who's actually said this, but all of our old friends and who've known him longer than me, and I've known them for like over what 25 years. Even they call me at times, right, on the Facebook phone or on text or what do you call it, um the video chat. They always tell me, hey,
Yeah.
Rich, I miss your brother, man. How's he doing, bro? I said, I don't
Mhm.
know. I mean, he talks to my mom a lot, but not me. And I mean, all the guys miss him. All the guys really want to hang out with him.
Mhm.
And yeah, my brother hasn't drank in 2 fucking years. Okay, but I even told these guys, look, he's not the type to hang out no more because you guys, yeah,
Mhm.
I get it. You all work all week, and then you guys want to party on the weekends and drink till the sun comes up.
Mhm.
I understand that, but he doesn't do that
Mhm.
no more. And then they say, "Yeah, but look,
Mhm.
man, but look, he can just hang out for a bit. And look, if he doesn't want to drink, well, we have iced tea, we have sodas here." I say, "Yeah, but he's not into that scene like he used to be."
Yes.
But, but,
Yes.
but my our friends always bring him up every time they fucking talk to me on the phone. They always bring up his name every time. It doesn't matter if it's like 2 months from now. Somebody calls me, they always bring up his name. Hey, Rich, man, how's your brother doing, man? Because I miss that motherfucker. That's what they always say. I said, well,
Mhm.
I mean, he's
Mhm.
probably with his in-laws right now. And well,
Yeah.
I mean, him and his wife, right? They don't have any kids. Well, I mean, my brother does have a daughter from, you know, some other chick, and my niece, she's already in college now, and we're all proud of her and
Mhm.
everything, and she is in his life a lot more than me, and that's fine. But
Mhm.
but yeah, like all the buddies, man. I mean, they all miss him. They bring him up all the time, man. Like every fucking time. And I tell him, look, I have his number. I mean, here, he won't even mind, right? If I gave it to you, just give him a call, man, and see what's up. I don't know
Yeah.
if if they called him up or not, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
It does it to me it does sound like my son in a lot of ways for you. And you're right. I think your brother, just from what I know, there's stuff I don't know and I don't need to know. But it sounds like to me, you're right. He pulled out, at some point people quit partying.
Yeah,
People
yeah, yeah,
quit, they don't need the party anymore. They're living a different life. He's happy with his family. Happier living a quiet, content, calm life. You know what I mean? And then there are some people that live that content, calm life forever, and then something happens in their world and they become a twister. You know what I mean? Like they go out there and they raise all kind of hell, and that's okay too. But you have to
yeah.
respect. Yeah, it really is. You have to respect where they're at in their life. They can't, nobody, everybody grows and we go through changes in our life. You know, that's why all I can tell you, I like what Lisa said right here. She said, I don't know if you read it, but she said, Rich, reach out. I did, but my brother is stubborn and holds grudges. I don't, though. But for me, in my case, it didn't work, but help me doing the right thing. And that's what I'm saying. I think for
That's a
your
good
own
point.
peace of
Yeah.
mind, yeah, throw an olive branch out there. Just tell them, look, man, I miss you. And even, let's just put everything behind us. We're grown-ups now. Put everything
I'm not mad
behind
though.
us, even if we
I'm
could
not mad
just
though. No.
right. But he may be. But he may be. I don't know.
Maybe he
I don't
is.
know. Maybe he is. But just tell him, hey, like for whatever I've done, please forgive me. And we don't have to like be together every weekend, but maybe once a month, just me and you, brother to brother, you know, go have
Yeah, like
lunch together. Just
go have
lunch.
lunch. With
Yeah,
some
and
iced
then
tea and shit.
and then just
Iced
tell him,
tea.
yeah, and say, let's get together. Let's take a picture for mom. You know how happy that will make mom,
Oh man, oh my
and
god, she
send
would
mom a picture.
love that. She would
Yeah,
love that big
yeah,
time.
and that is another way to reach out. You just say, "Look, our mom's getting older, and
Yeah, she is.
let's not let her. We don't have to get together every freaking weekend, but our mom's getting older, and nothing would bring her more joy than to know that her boys are okay, and they're going to be okay when she's gone." you know? And maybe that will touch his heart. You know what I mean? I'm not telling you to go out there and make him feel sorry or nothing like that, but I'm saying, sometimes you have to tell the truth that's going to pull a heartstring. And maybe and it doesn't have to, or it can involve his wife or his daughter, the lunch date or whatever. You know his boundaries. You know he don't drink and smoke or do whatever it is to do. So go on his level. Just, hey, Mickey D's, let's go get it. Something. I don't know. Tacos. Let's go get them.
I
Um,
remember
and 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 not for 5 hours. Do it for an hour. You
yeah,
know. Go ahead.
I remember one time I was kind of buzzed and I kind of pissed him off because well, I said, I mean, he kind of laughed it off, but I think he kind of looked at me like, that's fucked up because I said, dude, um, mom, I know her a lot better than you do, bro. Because she's always the first
Mm,
person to tell me what the fuck's going on, bro. And then he kind of laughed it off, and then he's like, "Oh, is that right?" I said, "Yep." And then
do
I
you know
mean,
why?
well, look, I I'm not bragging, but and I really believe that I know my mom better than both of my own brothers because I was the first one. And look, it's not bragging rights, but but I'm just saying I know her big time. And she's
Hmm.
told me family secrets that she's never even told them. And I'm like, well,
Hmm.
I gained her trust, of course, because I'm her first son. I'm like her fucking baby still to this day. So, but
Hmm.
what do you
Hmm.
mean that why though? If you don't mind me
You
asking,
want to know why he? Yeah, sure. You know why he got upset with you for saying that?
why?
Because he feels guilty.
Maybe he does.
Didn't have a thing to do with you. He does. I'm telling you, that's exactly what it is. It doesn't have a thing to do with you. It has to do with
So
his own guilt.
so you're
But
saying what?
instead of saying
Um, he feels left out,
that
or
he
what?
wasn't, that he's not, no, 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 no. He feels guilty because you can't tell me that your mom wasn't willing to give her other kids the same she gave you as far as an emotional connection with her. You can't tell me that. I don't believe it.
Yeah,
So
well,
what I'm saying is if he had made himself available to your mom like you have made yourself available, he could have the same relationship with his mom.
I
But he
mean,
chose for whatever reason not to. So you're right. You have a different relationship, a stronger relationship, a more knowledgeable relationship of your mom. So because of that, he feels guilty And so instead of just saying, Rich, you're right, I need to come around and see mom more, I need to hang out, I need to get to know my mom, stuff like that, he gets mad at you.
Yeah,
Does
well,
that
I
make
mean,
sense?
well, I would say I'm not really sure about that, but well, he was the only son out of all of us who got his degree and had a career job, which hey, we are all so fucking proud of him, right, for all that kind of shit. But it's just
But what difference does that make?
no,
What does
no,
that have
well,
to do with having a relationship
yeah, yeah, yeah,
with your
yeah, yeah,
mom?
yeah. I mean, you're right about that, but looking back, because look, I always share just a little bit of my life experience on these panels. I mean, I just gave you guys just a little bit of the taste, but not the whole thing. If that makes any sense.
Mhm. Mhm.
But looking back of what I said, I really shouldn't have said that because that kind of sounds like a low blow because I said, well, you don't know mom as well as me. It is kind of like saying, well,
No.
I mean,
No,
I mean,
Richie. I don't
no,
I don't think No,
I
I
don't,
don't think
I
it
don't
does.
mean
I
it that
don't.
way in a bad way. But at the time, I was drinking a lot, and I actually said that to him. And then looking back, that's something that I should have just held back because he looked at me like, "What the fuck? Like really, bro? I
Mhm.
mean, dude, I've known you since I was born, pretty much." But I that's what I told him. I said, "Dude, you don't know mom as well as I do." I mean, just actually think about that. I mean, what if you were to tell your brother that, or your sister? That is like saying, well, she tells me more shit than you right or whatever. I mean, don't you think they would give you a look like what the fuck? No, right? Because yeah,
Yeah, if they felt guilty. Yeah, yeah, they
okay,
would.
okay,
But
well
some
then good,
people
yeah.
but what some people do is they turn guilt either into uh being shitty with somebody, or they take that guilt and they turn it into something good. Like, okay, you're right. Like, this is you have to take the fault in whatever you're feeling guilty of. You see what I mean? People who don't take the fault get mad and they get offended, like, how dare you say that? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Knowing it's true, and it's true because of you, not because of me, not because of mom. It's true because of the choices you made not to be in your mom's life. So maybe you said it out of just being shitty. Maybe you said it because you were drinking and you had some courage in you and you were finally able to tell. The truth is the truth, and sometimes the truth hurts. And what you do with the truth after that, after you come face to face with the truth, that's all on you. That's all on you. So feeling bad or making excuses for your brother or the reason why he should be mad about that or whatever, I don't think so. Hey, if I thought you could have handled it a little bit differently, I don't mind telling you. I don't feel like you're going to be like, I freaking hate you, darling, for telling me that. You know what I mean? I
No,
don't feel
no,
like
no,
you would
no,
do
no,
that.
no,
I
no.
think you would totally accept it and say, well, yeah, you're right. But I'm telling you, what you said to him was not wrong. It may have taken you to have a couple drinks to tell him the truth, because some people don't want you didn't want to hurt him, but the truth had
No,
to come
no.
out. And what he did with the truth is on him, not on you. Does that make sense?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, cause I mean, it's not just him, but also like I mean, there's there's also some aunts that who do the same thing to my mom, and it's kind of like I always bite my fucking tongue because my entire life, right, when I was growing up, they always told me, don't say shit when the adults are talking. And I went through that till I was a
Mhm.
teenager, till I was in my 20s and my 30s,
Mhm.
and there was times where I wanted to just lash out on one of my aunts because of her bullshit, right? Towards my grandma, well, her
Mhm.
mother. And I just wanted to just say the most meanest shit because
Mhm.
I mean, I was there after she had her stroke. Me and my mom were there. I mean, we all took turns taking care of her and all that shit. I mean, we even hired a fucking nurse during the day so that my aunt can actually work. Just her all, her 40 hours a week, weekends off. And I mean, there was a lot of us who stepped up, and I was one of the very few grandkids who actually stepped the fuck up. But the rest who didn't, I had a problem with them towards she passed away, and I really wanted to just say some shit to these people, but I never did. And my mom always said, just don't say anything. That's their
Mhm.
fault. They missed out on watching mom. They had time to fucking out of the day to go visit her and talk to her, but they didn't. And I just didn't say much. I mean, we all stepped up. Well, the ones of us that did, and the rest of them, I forgive them because I mean, we all you know grew up together and everything, and this is the worst part about it. You know how there's some who grow up, they fucking go to school, they get the degree and then they get that nice career job. Well, yeah, there are some of them that did that, but then it's like I just don't like the fact, Lenny, that how how they act like they're above us and we are way the fuck down here, and they think that weight and they think that weight well wait, they think that they are way the fuck above us. And then I'm thinking like, really? I mean, because there was
Mhm.
one time at a barbecue, and I was very close to fucking lashing out on one of my aunts, and she's not that much older than me. She's like what, 8 years older than me, and I really wanted to fucking say, you know what, you really forget where the fuck you come from because you grew up just
Mhm.
like the rest of us, man. But now you
Mhm.
fucking, you know what, you fucking have this, you're the boss of this company and all this kind of shit. Yeah, you know what? You are successful as hell. You got a nice house, you got the pool, you got everything you fucking need. But I don't think she's really happy anyways. But she just
Mm.
but she forgets where the fuck she comes from because she grew up just like me in that fucking house. But
Mhm.
she acts like she's above everybody, and I can't stand that shit.
Mhm.
I
I
mean,
get it.
it's it's like, girl, you fucking grew up just like the rest of us, but you act like just because you made it, and yes, you have a great husband. Yeah, I mean, he's a great guy. I mean, you have some great kids. They play sports, they're in band, all that kind of shit. Now what? They're in college now. You know,
Mhm.
she's paying for all of their schooling, and they're good kids, but she always acts like she's above us for some reason, and I just really don't talk to her much. Even though the last time we hung out was we had a family dinner, right, during last year, right, during when December, right, and look, all of us got along. Yeah, there was wine and liquor and beer there, but not all of us drank. Some of us did, and
Mhm.
there was no fucking drama, which was great. But
Mhm.
she was still the same way. She didn't really talk to me much. She just kept her distance, and I was like, "You see, mom, she's still the fucking same after all these fucking years." And then she's like, "Just let it go, Rich." I said, "Yeah, mom, you're right."
Mm-hmm.
Just let it go. Yeah,
Mm-hmm. You know,
it's like
Richie,
I mean, I don't hate her. It is just I just don't like how she acts. That's all it is. I mean, it's like
Richie,
yes. I'm saying too much now. Huh? No, I'm not saying too
no, you're not. I'm just learning so much about you, even the things you're not saying, and I
much. Maybe it's
appreciate
just a
that
part of
so
life.
much.
I don't know.
Um, you, you have such a good heart.
I try.
When I hear you talk about your mom, I think you're like your mom, aren't you?
Oh yeah, a lot.
Your mom's got a real big heart too. Yeah. Yeah, I hear that. And this is the last thing I'm going to say. I'm going to close this down so we can all head over to Tina and bug her.
All right.
Um, this is the last thing I'm going to say. And I still, whenever you feel like you want to talk about it, I'd love to have you up. Lisa, I'd love to have you up sometimes.
How about the
If
messenger?
you want to, no pressure. Hit the message. We'll work that out later,
Okay,
Richie.
okay,
Just don't
that's
share
okay.
it
That's
with
okay.
anybody.
Oh no.
I mean, I'm cool with you.
Yeah, yeah.
Anyways, so it's only you and Tina now that have it. You know, Tina has it, right?
Okay.
My messenger. Okay.
Yeah.
So, anyways, what I want to say to you is this: the aunt that you're talking about that you have disdain for, because I don't think you hate her,
No, no, no,
that
no.
you have disdain for, the one that grew up in the same house as you and
Yeah.
made it, but you realize that keeping her around you at at any more than what you have to as a family and family functions is causing you grief and stress. So you have learned, like, okay, there's only so much of this family member, she's blood, but there's only so much for my own peace that I can handle of her. And so you keep her at arm's length, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's
You're
okay,
right about
right?
that.
It
Yeah.
absolutely is. You're That's the same way that I want you to think about the other family members. Love them from a distance. Love is love. They don't have to be sitting next to you to love them anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Think about what they're going to bring to your life, to your home life, whoever's in your home. Is it going to cause stress? You know how stress sometimes comes as not so much of a beating heart and the sweats and all that. You know how sometimes you can walk in a room and it just feels heavy because somebody's pissed off
Yep.
or somebody's sad or somebody's feeling a certain way? If having a relationship with anybody, even if they have blood, brings that into your life or your home, keep it away. Being blood does not mean that we're supposed to walk hand in hand every day or every year of our life. We're not. Love from a distance. It's okay.
Well,
I love you, Richie.
hey, well,
I love you from a distance.
okay, that's all good. I just want to thank you because I'm really glad that I got a lot of this out of my chest, but you really helped me out a lot, and you made me think about certain things that I should you know look after and everything, and just think about, and I just want to say thank you, because
Oh gosh, don't thank me. I
no, I'm
love you. I
serious.
really do. When I tell you guys I love you, believe you me, I love you. I do. Um, I do love Bomb. But I do love people differently, but I do love you, and I appreciate you, Richie, and I think you're a hoot, and I'm glad I met you. I am. I'm glad I met you. You've brought me a lot of joy here on these streets, and I think we both work really, really well together. And I love the relationship that, I believe we could have a relationship on the computer. I'm not talking about anything out of the way or weird. I'm just talking about, like, I feel like you could I'm I feel like you're my friend. I do.
I
I
am.
just do. You don't have to feel that way about me. Nobody else does, but I do feel like I have developed a relationship with you, a good friendship relationship that I have quickly built with Team Rose because we chat a lot, and with Tina, because we chat a lot, and some of the mods that are, and some of the women and that come into my channel, we're building relationships, and I appreciate you too. I learn a lot from you. I love hearing your stories. I love it.
Hey, well, I
I'm so
appreciate that.
thankful you trust me. So thank you for trusting me with it. I appreciate
You're
that too.
welcome. You're welcome.
All right.
I
Let's
actually
go over to Team Roses.
wait. Who?
I'm listening.
Who is live?
Not Team Roses. No, Tina is. We're going to go to Tina. We're going to go to PCTs. But go ahead and
Oh
finish.
shit. I mean, yeah, cause I do hop on all different kinds of panels, and I have some of them that are like my main spot, but that I've
Hmm.
been on for years and years and years. But this this one here, this is my my top next spot from now on, because you are a good.
Oh my God, do
No, I'm
not make me
serious.
cry.
Don't cry. No, no, look. No, look. You are a good listener, and you do have some great feedback, and
Oh,
that's kind of rare, because there's other panels, right, which I hop on all the time, and yeah, there is always a certain topic about this and that, or what's gone viral, and yeah, there's times we just chop it up and just BS at times, but look, but you bring a lot to the table, because you actually give some great fucking advice, and I really appreciate it, and I'm sure everybody here in the chat can actually learn from you, or even me at times. I mean, we all can just share our somewhat of our experiences, and the way I see it is like, maybe this can actually reach out to somebody watching, and then they can actually hop on the panel someday and just ask for some advice or just some guidance.
oh my God, Richie.
You don't gotta cry,
I
man.
don't like being emotional. I hate it so much. That means so much to me because, and I don't want to, I don't want, but
You should have been a counselor,
it
girl. I
takes
swear
a
to God,
long
man.
time.
You fucking should have been a caseworker or something, man. Because you fucking, man, this chick's got some fucking good feedback. I'm just like, damn, who is this girl? Who's that girl? Hey, don't be crying now. You are kind of
It's
tearing up,
just
huh?
really hard because
Oh my god. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to go that deep, man. I'm
don't be
sorry.
sorry. No,
Oh,
I'm
come
just really
on,
thankful. No, I'm
Lenny.
just really, really humbled. I'm just so thankful. You just don't
Look
know.
who's here.
You just
Look who's
don't
here.
know.
Get to know. Hey, get to know. Hey. Him and I have talked many times behind the scene, and you know what? He's actually made me think about my life, and I've made him think about my life. Well, actually, both ways. Hey, come on, girl, don't be fucking crying now. Like oh shit! What? See, what did I do?
It's all right. I'm fine.
Get to know.
It's fine.
Get to know, bro.
I'm
Look,
fine. Everything's
look, bro.
fine. How's
You made her cry,
everybody? There's
homie.
people waking up. No,
Hey, well,
I'm good.
look. It's all what. You know what? Happy tears, right? It's all happy tears, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I'm just so humble.
Oh
I'm so
shit!
thankful for all of you.
I'm sorry
And
if I made you kind of break
don't be
down a little bit.
sorry. It'll be all right,
Oh,
Richie. It'll be all right.
yeah, but don't. Hey, but look,
um,
don't make me fucking tear up now.
it's
Well, I'll be
just
crying now. And
it's
shit. Don't be Tina, right?
it's
Always
a nice
emotional.
feeling. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not I get emotional, but I don't show it that much. But yeah, it's
Ah,
just nice.
shit.
It's nice to hear because sometimes you
Thank you,
don't
Lisa.
know
Thank you.
if
Yeah.
you are affecting people the way that you want to affect them. You don't listen, and I'm not giving you guys bullshit. I'm not blowing smoke. This is when I talk to you guys, when you guys trust me with this stuff, I'm serious. I am so serious. So, and I take it very, very seriously what you guys tell me, and I take it to heart. You know what I mean? Like, because you don't have to click and come and talk to me. There's so much more out there that's probably more fun and more just entertaining or whatever. But the fact that you're willing to come in here and be vulnerable with me and share something so that's hard to even talk to your spouse or your family about, like that is so I just feel so humbled by that, and I'm thankful that people have found value and that you feel safe to be able to say something here. You know what I mean? So I
Yeah.
want to thank you for that. So I'm going to quit.
All right. Well,
I'm going to get out of this little funk I'm in. Richie, I love you. Another great live with Richie, you
next time,
guys. Ooh,
Lenny and
my
Richie show.
Richie. Lenny and we got to come up with a jingle, right? Let's get a jingle together.
Oh my
The
god.
Lenny and Richie show.
Hey,
What up?
hey,
All
hey.
right.
Before I leave, everybody check out Get to Know's channel. This guy right here, get,
Oh,
I mean, he he puts out different content, and he is one of my best friends on social media. Um, I mean,
wow.
he is that type of guy who would kind of do this on a panel just like me, but you know maybe he will hop on here someday,
Wow.
and
Get to know it. Is he
yeah,
a sub of mine? Get to know, are
he's
you a sub of mine?
he's right there in the live chat. Yeah,
I know. I want to see. If
yeah,
I want to
yeah.
see if he's a sub of mine, though.
Aaron's his name. His name is
I
Aaron.
just want Aaron.
Yeah,
Well, I didn't want to call it out if he didn't want me to know, but
no, he's
yeah, I want
he's
to
cool
know
with that.
if Get to Know's a sub of mine. Let me say real quick hi to some of the people that
He probably
came in.
is.
There's a lot that I have to go back. Maybe he's not even here anymore. Get to Know. Are you still in chat? Warrior Num, probably not right
Yeah.
now. Maybe he doesn't. Uh, some people don't even. I don't know. Get to Know. If you are a sub of mine, put your link in the chat. That's the only thing I ask. I don't mind people coming in and putting their links in my chat as long as you're a sub to mine. I feel like that's etiquette. I feel like that's a nice thing to do. You know, one for one. Help each other out, grow each other's channels. That's nice. So yeah, put it in there. Put it in there. I'll check it out for sure. I'll sub up for sure. For sure. All
He
right,
has
Richie,
panels
thank you
too.
so much for coming
He
up,
has
baby.
panels and stuff.
And you going over to Tina?
Well, it all depends when you know she goes live and everything. Yeah, I'll probably stop on by.
All right, cool. Then we'll see you over there. Let me go through some of this real quick. Somebody let me know for sure whenever Tina is live because I'll shut this down. I've been on for almost 3.5 hours now. Um, so can somebody let me, I don't have my phone right here, so I can't look and see. Is Warrior here? Warrior None. Hi, honey. Hope you're well. Max, hey. Hey, good to see ya. Melly Joe, did I say hi to you? Gosh, I can't even remember. Richie had me all wrapped up in the feels. Peak Peony. I don't know if you're still here. If you guys still aren't here, then I'm sorry. Sorry I missed you. I was kicking it with Richie up here. Bootsy 777 Rapper. Y'all, I love Rapper. I want to talk to Rapper. I really want to talk to Rapper. Penny came in to say Tina's going to, oh, is Tina going live? Yes, Tina is going to go live. Just need to know when so I could wrap this up for her. I mean, for myself here, and then go powder my nose, as Tina puts it, and smoke a cigarette and get me some more coffee and then go hang out over there and see what trouble we can get into. That'd be fun, right? Let's go blow Tina up. That's what I'm saying. Hi, Peony. How are you?
How
Thanks
does
for
she go?
coming in. I appreciate it so much.
How
Do
does
what?
the way she says it? Hey,
Tina's in the green
how's
room.
it going? Oh, stop it, baby. You're funny. Oh, she talks.
Oh, she's not live yet? She's not live yet, Melly
Nah,
Joe?
she's not
Okay.
live yet, but
Okay.
probably
All right.
like
You guys
after
just keep
what,
a watch out for me.
midnight? After midnight, I'm sure.
Well, yeah, she usually, what, my time, she usually goes on about between now and 2:30 my time, and it's
Well,
what,
yeah, yeah,
1:48 here.
yeah, because she's on what, the West Coast or the East Coast?
Yeah, she's over the same coast as you, babe.
Oh, okay.
Same coast as you. Yeah, you guys, please hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. I don't know how many subscribers I've got. I'm trying to get up to 270. It's not much to ask. It's free. It's free. If you never want to come back, I guess you don't have to come back, but I'd like you to
If
come
you never want to
back.
come back,
If I'm not
I never heard of that before.
if I if I'm not your cup of tea, add some sugar. I might grow on you. If that doesn't work, put a little bit
If
of
you don't want to
liquor
come
in it.
back, don't worry.
Listen, yeah, you know what? I become a lot
Oh,
funnier
shit.
when people are drinking. Just saying that. People like me more when they're drinking. Um, sorry, I'm behind in chat. It's okay. It's okay. I was just asking, get to know if
Get
you
to
are
knows
subbed
behind
up
in
to
chat.
me.
That is fucking rare. I never
And
heard
if you
you
are
to say that,
subbed to
bro.
me, please put your link. Please put your link in my chat.
They already did
Thank you,
already.
Warrior Nun. It's good to see you, honey. Thank you, Pink. Oh, Melly Joe did do it for me. Okay, good. Good, good, good. Thank you, Melly Joe. I only need 7 more. I needed 7 more when I started. Holy Hannah. I'm going to have to go pimp myself out at Tina's.
Pit myself out.
What am I what am I going to have to do at Tina's to get 7 subs? I ain't dancing. I ain't camming up. Maybe I should drink and then I'll get real funny and
Oh
crazy
god,
and
no,
we'll blow it up.
you don't have to if you don't want to. I mean,
I'm just kidding. All right, I'm going to close this down.
all
Tina
right,
will be going live. I've got to use the bathroom, take my dogs out. So I will see you over there, Rich. Go over there and hang out with me, okay?
yeah. I mean,
Love you. Thank you for coming up.
all right. Well, then thank you for your advice, and thank you for listening to me, and everybody in the live chat, like, share, subscribe, and hit the bell to get notified, and you all take care, and have a good night. All right. So now it's time to
Love
go
you, Richie. Paper cut Tina. Paper cut.
oh god.
PCT is extreme. That's where we're going to be going. All right, guys.
All
Thanks
right.
everybody for
Thank you.
showing up tonight and showing out. Bye, Rich.
Bye.
I think this turned into um, a great live, another great live. I never know really what's going to happen when I come on, guys. I just hope for 8 people to sit around and chit chat with me. I never know what's going to happen, right? And then you guys show up, and always something great happens here. Um, and I'm so thankful. I'm so thankful. Want to say thank you to the replayers. There are ladies who leave me messages almost every day that they're listening to the replay, and I appreciate that so much. Even the ones that don't leave messages. If you guys need to get in touch with me, I'm at um, according to Leni on Facebook. You can find me there. And uh, yeah, if you guys need to talk about something, if you just want to talk in Messenger, we can talk in Messenger. Or if you think you want to talk about something here on one of the lives, like, get with me. I'm not going to, the only thing I turn down here is hate. That's it. Can't, Don't bring none of that negative hating stuff over here. There's enough of that outside these walls. Um, but yeah, get in there. Let me know what you want to talk about. Get in my community post on YouTube. We got something special coming up on Friday night. I'll be live before then, but I am planning a specific live for Friday night. I think a lot of people um, will be interested in it. So got that going on too. Melly Joe put up Tina's channel link in the chat. So you guys head on over there. We're going to have some fun over there with Tina. And I'm going to pimp my channel, see if I can get 7 more people to subscribe so we can move on to the next goal. Love you guys. Thank you so much for coming in. Thanks for hanging out with me. Thanks for the stories and the love. I appreciate you guys so much. Big hugs, and we'll see you next time. Bye.